Yes, people, big up, big up. I hope you man are blessed. Look, I'm gonna try and be, fuck it, man. Let's just bring on a guest, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, let's just do it. I'm trying to do the humble thing, but listen, you man, big up, big up to my panel, big up
Big
to
up
my
to you, Ash. Big up to the chat and to everybody else here as
issue,
well.
fam.
Big up, big up.
Um, yeah, man. We've had a couple semi-finals. Um, it's been good games, man. I've actually enjoyed the football. I'll be real. Like, if I'm being honest, I've enjoyed the football, and yeah, man. Let's just get straight into the game, man. Well, obviously, we're all rivals here, innit? So it is what it is, bruv. I might get a bit techie. Um, but yeah, man. Look, the floor is yours, man. Who wants to start off? I don't mind, did it? You lot just say your thing. Just speak your heart, speak your mind. What did you think of the game? Anyone want to start?
Faze, you're the Arsenal. I want to sit the Arsenal rep in it. You're the Arsenal rep to start first. It's only right.
Oh, now we got face a chat.
We in it. We lost, in it, man. Someone could say we lost, man. We lost, man. Yeah, we lost, man. What else could I say? I didn't really pay in-depth attention to give you no tactical breakdowns. That's why I wasn't rushing the gun to speak. To be honest,
Forget all of that.
So,
forget all of that.
yeah, we lost, man.
Look. The first 15 minutes. What was your actually? Even before the first 15 minutes went through, the starting lineup, bro. No Dembele. What was your thoughts, bro? Was you feeling a bit like, oh, okay?
I don't really care about that, man.
That it didn't make you think. It didn't make you feel confident in any way. You thought maybe like he was a problem the last game. He's the one that scored, and then all of a sudden
he weren't really pretty. He scored, and then Arteta changed something, and then it was like a different sort of game, and then he got injured, innit? I think the other they got other wingers. What's his names?
Kvaratskhelia and Dewey.
There's already Dewey and all them Barcola.
DJ got the Platts Dewey.
Oh, that's Barcola.
No, that's Barcola.
Yeah, see, look how much of them there is. We're talking about Dembele. There's a whole lot more issues, bro.
I hear it. No, but all right, let's start with the first 15 minutes. How did you think that went? Because I felt like Arsenal were in that control, in my opinion. It was like literally what you've got behind in the background. It was set piece FC, party on the throws. And I thought you man got like 3 chances straight off the back. You know what I'm saying?
After that, I knew we weren't going to win.
Oh, because of the clinical thing.
We had all those chances and worked hard and looked amazing and done everything we could do. Their keeper turned into Spider-Man. They had one chance, hit the post. The moment it hit the post, I knew we lost. The moment they did that and it hit the post, I knew the game was over. It's the same. It's like our whole season in one game. We look great. We take control. We do so much, but we ain't got the killer instinct. Hence why everybody says we need a striker, and you get tired of fighting that narrative. And then someone just takes their chance.
All right, big up Stefan, man, for coming on.
All right, he looks really upset, man.
And I respect
it. It's I completely agree with what Chink said. It's just when I watch my other favorite team, the Steelers, they're shit. Like they might win a few good games, but I know they're not winning. They're not like a Super Bowl contending team. They just don't have the player. So even if they win, like I know it's like just a flash in the fan. With Arsenal, I watched them tonight, and the first 25 minutes we should have scored 2 or 3 goals. Good. And their goalie made such a ridiculous save. That save, the Odegaard shot, I have no idea how he managed to save that. I honestly thought he injured. He like dislocated his shoulder almost. And it's just like the fine margins. And then their first shot, I think it was Kvara hit the post. I think their second shot deflected off Saliba's stomach. It was going the other way, and it perfectly went into the corner. Like,
sorry, Steph. What do you think of Martinelli's performance?
I thought he was really good in the first like 20, 25 minutes, and then he kind of lost his way towards the end. I thought today, although I don't think anybody played particularly like badly, I thought Miles Lewis-Skelly, I thought he should have taken him off a little bit.
Yeah, he was a bit all over the place.
Yeah, I thought he should have. All over the place. He made a few dumb mistakes. His youth showed today, but it's like my analogy what I just said with the Steelers. I can't. They're Arsenal. I watched them against PSG. We were complete equals in that game. Like the stats are completely in our favor. It's obvious what we need. Everybody said it. We're not. We need the difference was Dembele in the first game. He was clinical, and today it was how many times did we go into the box? How many we had? I read we had 35 touches in their box. 35. Like if we had a better striker, just a striker, give me fucking Delap from Ipswich. We would have scored at least 1 or 2 goals. The amount of times David Raya booted it long, and don't get me wrong, Marino played well. He just doesn't have the power and the pace to be a difference maker. And I'm just I have no more words. Yeah, that's it, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's more than, and this is, I know that everyone's going to have their agenda, but just I was watching the game and I was frustrated for Arsenal. So there isn't like a motivation for me to derail Arsenal. You're right in terms of when you're saying 35 touches in the box, but there was a couple of things, especially in that first half. We were talking obviously on WhatsApp about it. Is I really think that Arteta's built the squad poorly in terms of the profiles that he had. I really like Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice kind of symbolizes it for me. I really like him, first of all. I want to say that. His physicality, his work rate. But as I said, even in the WhatsApps, I was saying he's not a 6 because he can't take the ball back to goal. He's not an 8 because he can't take the ball in a half turn. He's definitely not a 10 because he's not good. He's not going to thread the ball through. He's not going to do the through passes. There was a chance that you had, and this is why I think Martinelli probably loses hope and stops running. There was a chance he had in the last minute or 2 minutes where you guys were already 1-0 down. He was making the run. Rice takes the ball. He's in the final third. Martinelli makes a great run in between the centre backs. All Rice has to do is thread it through to him, and he doesn't. He cuts back. Why on earth he cut back, I have no idea. Joe Linton would have threaded that through.
Oh, come on.
Honestly, I'm telling you, if I'm Martinelli, I would be raging at him in the tunnel. And this is why Martinelli and the rest of them stop making those type of runs. If I that's my assumption. If you're not going to pass it to me in that moment, you're never going to pass me the ball.
But Toon, how can you say this when Arsenal had 20 shots, 6 shots on target, and an XG of 3.20? How is the problem the threading like Arsenal created in 2 legs overall? The XG between Arsenal and PSG, 5.5 to Arsenal, 3.6 to PSG. Arsenal should have scored 5 goals based on the XG. And we scored 1, which was a fluky shit out of all the chances we had. The goal that Arsenal scored was the most kind of not deserved out of all the chances. Saka missed an open goal. Declan Rice, the header was inches wide. On another day, that should have been a goal. Like there were there were so many chances that we created.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that you're not creating chances, but I think there's a misprofiling of players. You're going to create chances because you've got good. This is why it's difficult to assess Arsenal properly because you still have good players. You're still going to do well in the league, but you can see from this game that there's a mishmash of players and what's going on there. Erdegaard, I thought was decent in the first 20, 25, 30 minutes or so. He was trying to be more risky with the ball, but then he hasn't got it in him to continue doing that. I know that, for instance, Bruno Fernandes, I think, because I'm saying these names, these are kind of like making you angry, Stefan. But the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne, they're going to keep on making those risky passes and those attempts, and they're going to have people continuing to run and make chances. Okay. You're going to tell me about your XG, but the main scoreline, the metric is the scoreline.
Sorry to cut you. You actually got Olu. You got Olu in the wings, by the way.
But soon the issue is that the XG shows that all of the Arsenal team creates chances, but we have Marino up front. Give me any striker, even an average striker from the Premier League. Give me Delap. We would have, if Delap played today, we would have scored more.
Striker, but what striker? What kind of striker is going to play?
In my opinion, I want Gyökeres. I want a striker that strikes.
So he makes runs towards the left flank or through the center, right? Who's gonna get him the ball?
No, he makes runs towards the left flank for Sporting. He's a good player. He will change and
who's going to create for him?
Forget him.
I think this is Toom's point because most of your XG came from set pieces, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
Throws off of corners and stuff like that.
No, it didn't.
The Martinelli chance did.
Yes,
the Odegaard shot that Donnarumma had to save was from a set piece.
They had 4 big
but that shot wasn't one of high XG. Declan Rice's header, that was from a cross. That was from an attack. Saka's miss from an open goal. that was from another attack. This narrative that we
but that's 2 chances in 90 minutes. So that's not creating loads of chances, which falls into Toon's point that if you're playing these risky passes, you create more chances in open play. You can't just rely on having to create half your chances from set pieces.
We had 20 shots, 6 shots on target, and a 3-point. We should have scored more than 3 goals in this game.
We will talk about the grief process, and you're in denial at the moment. So let's just
denial. If we had a striker today, we would have scored. It's obvious. We would have scored more goals. How can you guys
you had an open goal and missed it. That's what we're trying to say. That you're saying that you scored harder chances.
No, but not only that. If you looked at the biggest thing about PSG's press for me that was evident, where Toon is correct, is a powerful striker like a Delap even, or a Gyökeres, or even whoever, Sesko. The amount of times that they pressed up so high and David Raya would play a long ball and there would be so much space where they would immediately back off. Urino, the amount of times
David Raya. So your goalkeeper is your playmaker.
No, I'm not saying
there's not that much difference. There's not that much difference in you two's points, to be fair. Like you're saying, Toon's saying you've got a mishmash, you've got a wrong player profile, and Stefan saying, yeah, we need players. like you're both saying the same thing. Like
Stefan's saying he thinks he just needs a strike and everything will be okay. I'm saying that the structurally the way the Arsenal team is built, it's not okay.
I don't think they're that far off though. I think to be fair, I don't. Yeah, and I think your point about Bruno.
You might say you need a striker though, but did Marino miss any of these chances today?
But that's my point, Mitch. Marino's great at building up play. He can hold up the ball well. He's got a good touch.
But if you bring in a striker and Arteta asked him to do exactly the same thing, he's still not going to be on the end of the chances.
It's an elephant in the room that Odegaard's not in form at the moment, and
it's not.
And therefore, the chances are all coming from wings.
I would agree with you. If we didn't have 20 shots, 6 shots on target, and over 3 XG at their ground, then I would say, okay, Odegaard didn't play badly today. He played quite well today. I'm probably going to read some. He played, especially in the first half. Everything went through him. The way we were building up play, the way we were doing things. He played well. It's just Donnarumma. They were completely shell shocked in the first 20 minutes. Donnarumma made 2 amazing saves, especially the Odegaard one. And I honestly do believe if we had scored in the first 20 minutes. They would have shat themselves. They were shell-shocked in the first 20 minutes. They couldn't pass.
Everybody can see that you need a striker, right? But I
think it's evident.
What Toon's point is, it's not just a striker that you need. Is what Toon's point is. I happen to think that if you get a striker, that makes a difference in a game like today's game. I think that makes a massive difference.
Quick question. If we had Watkins, because we tried to sign Watkins. Do we not score more than one goal today?
Not necessarily. Watkins, I think Watkins
missed sitters as well.
He misses a lot of sitters, bro. Like if you check Watkins' XG conversion rate, it's not.
But guys, my point is I'm gonna
keep some ratings as well.
No. Just he does miss. But my point is that I'm gonna use another NFL analogy. When you have 2 really good receivers, you can only cover them as much as you can. So if Watkins comes, they won't take into account Marino as much. They don't find him as threatening. But if Watkins or a real striker played, they're going to have to play extra.
I hear what you're saying, but I can see why the club didn't do the Watkins deal, because Villa wanted a lot of money and Arsenal are saying, that's not our ideal striker. Let's wait till the summer to get out.
I would have taken it. He's a top player. He's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. And you're getting him for 60 million? For me, that Arsenal should have done that deal.
What if that means you can't buy Gyökeres in the summer though?
You see, here's the thing, Yoms. I said then that don't sign Watkins. I would love to sign, but you better sign one of your main targets, and that better be either Sesko or Gyökeres. I better see one of those 2 players that are touted in an Arsenal shirt. So let's see. It is evident. The Kroenke. Just another example. If anybody watches the NBA, the Kroenke zone, the Denver Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets with one player, the best player in the NBA, he has literally won them 1 playoff series, the previous, and yesterday by himself pretty much beat the Oklahoma Thunder, who are the best team in their conference.
I love jumping
that
on
is
when
what.
Steph and some, bro. I learn about so many different sports, bro.
No. I'm just saying that they have experience from another franchise of what a star player of star quality can do, and that's what happened against us. Hakimi, ridiculous finish today. Star quality. Dembele. Yeah, sorry.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody showed us offline. So I just wanted to jump in and say, I mean, listen, Lando Norris could have won that race last in Miami, but Piastri was just isn't this the F1 show? Because
I was just thinking this is gonna be the maddest analogy. I was locked in for that.
I thought this was the F1 show. My bad. What happened today?
Back on.
What happened today?
Arsenal lost 2-0, and basically the debate is chances created were basically set piece.
A man didn't even correct it.
It must have been 2-0. I don't even count that record, but like.
Oh, sorry, 2-1. 2-1. My internet cut out, innit? My internet cut out. No. To be fair, look, I think personally, what Toon's trying to allude to, there were certain times Odegaard's on the ball, and I felt like he had the handbrake up a little bit. He did get a shot off early in the first half, but there was times when even I was like, shoot, I'm not even an Arsenal fan. Let it go, open up. But I think that's been a season problem where Arsenal struggled to build up centrally, in my opinion. But anyway, sorry, Olu, that was the debate so far about Arsenal creating chances centrally, and most of the chances were coming out through wide. How did you see the game? And what do you think? Because Stefan reckons it's just a striker you lot need, and you'll be fine. Like, how did PSG win this game, and why did Arsenal lose the game, in your opinion?
Well, that's a good question. So, in my opinion, I mean, the whole playing out wide is the theme of our season. Like, you can literally go back and watch from
even against us.
Yeah, from even maybe September, we were just doing that over and over again. Get the ball out wide, and that's why Saka had so many assists. Because I looked at it, he's only had 3 assists from corners, so the rest is obviously him doing it from out wide. I think that basically we fell into that trap today. To be honest, I think we actually controlled the emotions in the first 20 minutes, but the minute that they scored that goal, game went away from us. And honestly, it's frustrating watching Arsenal try to play through the middle and not create anything. And I think I said last week that one thing about Odegaard is that he slows the game down. And today I think he played a little bit faster, but again, it's that sort of decisiveness, that sort of
safeguard.
Just listen. I'll put it this way. Someone said this. I think Yom said this, and I'm going to agree with him. If Bruno Fernandes played in that Arsenal team today, would have won that game.
Because that's where I draw the line, man. That's where I draw the line, man. It was either that or Arteta out. It was either that or Arteta out, and I've heard it all week. It's such cheap punditry.
The reason why. Just wait for it. Let me explain myself. The only reason why I say that is that sort of I'm going to do it by myself attitude, right? Saka seemed to have it today a little bit, right? Funny enough, Trossard seemed to have it when he came on.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Odegaard, when that shot, everyone saw that chance when he drove through, and I think everyone in football, that's what I'm talking about. Everyone said shoot. Just lace it. Doesn't matter if you're an Arsenal fan, Tottenham. You just thought shoot,
just shoot.
And he tried to pass, and that's what I'm saying.
But he did lace it.
And hold on, Steph. You just giving me a realization as well. Because if only we would have had Foden instead of Saka as well, he would have just been white. And when you're white and you're in the box, everything just figures its way out.
Would have scored that. Foden would have scored that.
It's hilarious.
Hey, Jay's backstage.
I'm trying to go.
It's just hilarious listening to my fans have revisionist views on Bruno. Bruno Fernandes 2 months ago needed to be sold. He's shit. He's this. He gives the ball.
Not to me. Never. No way.
We're talking about, okay, forget it's Bruno Fernandes. That profile of player who's willing to risk the ball, whether it's through passing, through dynamism, i.e. dribbling, take
About
on,
Madison.
shooting.
Yeah, Madison. If
Or
Madison
Dulu.
played today, we would have won.
Rogers.
Ash, you remember this?
Rogers.
Ash, two years ago,
Mm.
Arsenal played Tottenham at
Yeah.
Tottenham Stadium. Do you know when Odegaard shot and he shot early?
Yeah,
He scored.
yeah.
That
Remember
Virgin Odegaard when he was shooting from far.
Right then.
But he did that today. He had an amazing shot today.
He's in denial. Isn't that green throat? Isn't
Stefan's
to get over it?
accent turned into Luigi just then.
It's me. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just speed it up and get to the elephant in the room, innit, man? What the fuck, man? What's all this foreplay about, man? Arteta out.
I was gonna ask the.
Are we not still seasoning the result a little bit?
We have to season it, man. We have to season it.
I was gonna ask the Arsenal man. Do you think that this game was one occasion too big for Skelly? Like, do you think that should have been a Ben White game, kind of experience game, rather than a?
He played okay.
So what's Real Madrid, Steph? Then what's Real Madrid?
But I think Real Madrid.
So because one was the quarters and one was the semi. This one it has more, so automatically that just made him shrunk.
No, he was 18. Let me answer that point. I think he played really well against Madrid. I think the situation was was different in that you was in control of the game from get go, right? So the second leg away, 1-0 down, is a completely different to get to the final against a team that hasn't been to the final in a while.
Gymnastics to prove this point's crazy.
I think the last time PSG was in the final was in COVID year, right? Behind
2020.
And PSG have never won it. So you know that PSG are gonna be on this. I just feel like I don't know if hindsight is 2020, but I just felt like Skelly played like the occasion was a bit too big.
For us, not you. You wear glasses, so technically,
there we go.
You know what's magic? Because there's always like a way to like aggrandisize it and blow it up and 2025 mental health it and make it all of this way when all it really is the player he fucking played against today was better than the one he fucking played against Madrid on the day. Like what you ain't got to wrap it nice in packaging and talk about the moment and the occasion.
Hold on, but CP,
fucking hell, I've set this guy off. Fucking.
You have to manage the occasion with young players.
Hold on. First of all, good evening to you too, CP.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Apologies. It's the room. It's not you. Sorry.
Sorry, you land your point. And
I was just saying, like, you do have to manage some young players. Like, not everybody's the me Yamal, innit? But you do have to manage some young players and the occasions that they're playing.
I don't think they were overwhelming.
You don't think
Josh?
I don't think it was overwhelming. It was because of overwhelming. I don't think.
Yeah, I think
he played like he would.
He played shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with overwhelming.
Yeah, he just had a shit game. Like the thing that, and me and Toon were talking about this before. Like when he's in his when he's rolling and stuff like that, he looks around a little bit more before he starts dribbling. Today, he was head down dribbling, and he was getting his pocket constantly picked. And we were saying that they PSG knew that, and what they were doing is they were doubling up the press on him. And the second man,
confidence.
Exactly, but the second man was nicking the ball because Skelly's awareness of what was around him was bad today. Really,
I don't even think it was just that though, because I think that's why Dembele didn't start, so they could put like Barcola against him because he's a pressing
but it
monster.
wasn't just Barcola.
What, you really think he chose not to start Dembele instead of Barcola?
Stephen,
Dembele was injured. He wasn't fit.
We got a message for you real quick, Stefan. Sorry to cut you, but
sorry.
From your brother Mari, he's saying, "I'm here to support you in a difficult time." All right, cool. Sorry,
we got Mari.
Just amazing. It's just amazing with Spurs. Again, they never learn. They have a big game tomorrow against Norway.
I went on attack immediately, you know.
Yeah,
No,
at,
it's
least,
just,
at least be a bit somber in the defeat.
When there's no more defense left, you've got to attack, Chicks. That's it. Simple.
He's like the Joker in Batman. Like he's still laughing. The game's over. Like
Man felt his back touch that
So
corner
what-
slightly and just started spraying.
I'm really not. I'm really not backed up. I'm really not backed up. It's amazing. Man United fans and Spurs fans are
Hey, don't shoot.
Murray,
Innocent straight up.
That was money well spent, Murray.
Stefan, I want to ask you a question because the thing is,
should I
Stefan, I want to ask you this question. No agenda, Stefan. No agenda.
Of course, you never have an agenda against us.
I never have an agenda.
Of course,
occasionally I have an agenda, but very rarely. Listen, Stefan, right? You watch these players, right? So you are very confident repeatedly that these players are going to deliver you a title, right? Now, if you, for example, when you lost Man United at home, in the FA Cup, 10-man Man United, you will refer to the XG.
We drew. Sorry, Jay.
Hold on.
No, we drew to Man United. We didn't lose to them. Remember that.
No, you lost to Man United.
No, we drew. It
went
was
through.
1-1.
Okay.
Give him his little Arsenal wank fest. Come on.
Okay.
That's the same thing. Can I just say that's the same thing happened to us against
Hold
PSG?
on. Let me make my point.
Jay still ain't finished his point.
One sec. Let me make my point, and then you can rebuttal. You lost to Man United on penalties. Semantics. You drew 1-1 after 120 minutes with 10-man. 15th place Man United at home.
Something.
That's crazy. Where he positioned?
Nice. Cool. But listen, my point is your players missed chances, didn't score goals, weren't clinical. You didn't add any new players. So why have you been so confident that these players who haven't been able to get over the line and do constantly lose these games, why are you so confident that suddenly these players are going to start winning? Like, I'm not trying to say CP, for example, didn't have hope that his team would win, but you're out here saying we're going to beat PSG. Liverpool.
I was confident we could beat PSG because of the way we beat Real Madrid. And if you look at the reason why I'm confident in those players, because if you look at the underlying stats of everything, it is evident what is missing in this Arsenal team. It is evident that Arsenal, no matter how much you guys like tonight and Kiki in the fucking corner, that no other team could have dealt with Marino up front.
What your stats were? Do you know what your stats?
We all saw what happened to Newcastle last season when they lost all of their fucking players. They went to shit. We all saw what happened to Liverpool when they lost their defense 4 years ago. They went to shit. So the fact that Arsenal managed to get to the semi-final, I don't care.
What happened to Newcastle and Liverpool this season?
What is happening to Newcastle?
What was your XG against Bournemouth?
They won a League Cup. Big deal. Okay.
Do you know you had a higher XG against Bournemouth? Do you remember what the score?
That's my. I mean, you guys are making my point against Bournemouth again. Example: at 1-0, we missed 2 or 3 massive chances that if we had a clinical striker, we probably win that game.
I hope Arteta has your same kind of philosophy. Like,
that point doesn't count if it's your striker, one striker missing all these chances. That point counts. But if the chances are spread around and your striker's not even getting chances, that's a void point. It's the way you play. It stops your striker getting chances.
Wait. Let me.
Stefan, you got Jesus. These are not clinical strikers anyway. So some of the issues
they're still better. They're still better. You're still better than Marino.
Do you think Jesus? No, hold on. Is Jesus better than Marino?
Yes, he is, Jay. Yes, he is.
No. We can't spend an entire summer saying Arsenal need a striker. And why didn't Arsenal buy a striker? And then when they lose a big game, we say it's not because Arsenal didn't have a striker. That the truth of the matter is, we all know Arsenal need a striker, and a striker makes a big difference. We're saying, it's just one player. I remember when United were missing chances after chance, and Fergie brought in Van Persie and said, if we bring in Van Persie, we win the season and we win the fucking league.
You
Like,
already
Yeah, but I bet at that point you was
Let
actually
me finish.
creating the striker you had chances. Arsenal are not creating their strikers chances at the minute.
Yom, who was in
No,
your
but that's
midfield?
because they don't have the striker.
Who was in your
gonna go
midfield,
You know what I'm
Yom?
saying? You
Guys,
can't create chances for a
Yom,
striker
who
that's
was
not
in
there.
your midfield? Who was
They
in your
literally
midfield?
don't have.
Other than Percy, who was in your midfield?
What I'm saying, hold on, let me finish, Stefan. What I'm saying is, people saying the chances are being missed from all over the shop. That's what the problem is. They don't have a focal point to create those chances for.
Exactly.
If you get that vocal point,
What if their vocal point is
Yeah,
Nunez?
Not only this.
but what if Arteta's game plan is to not have the focal point? That's what I'm saying.
His
If
game
that's
plan-
how he
Mitch-
wants to
Mitch-
play, the
Mitch-
striker
Mitch-
makes
his-
no difference.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
I think you have a point, and I think that's been his philosophy
guys.
up until now. And I think now,
Yes, it has been.
what the club are saying to him is, look, we need a striker, and you're going to play with a striker.
Yeah,
I think we're at
I
that
agree with
stage.
that.
No, wait.
No,
You
no,
guys,
What
What kind of
you
striker?
guys, wait. Arteta doesn't have a vocal point, Mitch, because Arteta knows that Marino, if you just put him as a box striker, his strengths will not suit the game. Marino's strength is winning headers, knock-ons, building up play. He's very good at that. So he has adapted the structure of our play to go through Marino as almost a false nine. I guarantee you. Wait. I guarantee you.
I got to stop you there. I got to stop you there because we had Kai Havertz, and everything you just said about Marino is what Kai Havertz was doing.
No, there's some aspects missing. Like he doesn't flank, he doesn't help out Saka, he doesn't go out wide. Like, it's slightly altered what we do. I understand. I know Steph's always wrong to you guys, but with that point there, I feel like he was actually accurate.
And since he bought Jesus, right, from that first season, in fact, anytime he's played with a traditional striker, we've always looked a little bit worse. So anytime he had, listen, he's not the best striker in the world. And Kets, but
we don't have a traditional striker.
No,
isn't a traditional striker also.
So that's the point I'm trying to make. Like he's always wanted to play with a false nine. So I don't like. It's not. He
hasn't. We tried to sign Sesko in the last summer. Sesko, rightfully so, I thought, decided to actually stay at Leipzig, play another season. Now he's gonna be sold for sure in the summer. I thought he should have tried to sign. I mean, Villa got into the Champions League, so it was highly unlikely that they would sell Watkins in the summer. We should have. The only mistake that we made is I would have gone all out for Watkins in January because I think Watkins is just a really, really good player. But if you guys think that if we sign a bona fide number 9 like a Sesko or a Gyökeres, and you think Arteta's going to make him play as a false 9 and not make him play similar to the way Haaland plays, for example, off more of as a box to like a box striker where he doesn't have as many touches and just makes a lot of runs.
You're both. Go on, Olu. Sorry.
I was going to say, but isn't that an adaptation of the tactics we've been using for the past 2 years? So the past 2 years hasn't needed.
He has adapted.
What's like the past 3 years? It's been about the player in the midfield, the striker, so-called striker, actually dropping back to make space for Martinelli and Saka to score. That's why
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Love goals, right? And that's why Jesus started off scoring, but even then, still, he was most effective in bringing those players in. If he brings a traditional striker, it's literally a change of his tactics because he's from like you look. It makes sense why under Pep, when he was assistant manager, they played false 9 a hell of a lot, and once he left, they moved to a more traditional way of playing. I think.
But why, Olu? No, they didn't. They still played with a false 9. They still played exactly the same system, and then he lost the Champions League final against Chelsea, and he saw that he needed a slightly different type of profile, and he changed Man City style to be far more direct and to be a little bit more. Because the reason why I think both Pep and Arteta love the false 9 aspect of it between Havertz and Jesus is because defensively off the ball, when the false 9 drops into the actual spaces, it's much better to defend in terms of against the actual team. But Pep realized I can't make Haaland into that, and Haaland is so lethal in the box that I will sacrifice a little bit of defensive solidity that we had in order for us to actually score more goals, because Haaland is is the best at doing that. That is our next step. Our next step is to sign that type of player where he will score 20 to, well, he will guarantee you 20 to 5. And Yoms does make a great point about Van Persie, how he literally won them the league. Let's be honest, at that Premier League. But I think there's an even better example in terms of a striker, how much of a difference. Just look at Spurs and look how shit they have become since Harry Kane. Look at Son. Just look at the way Son has gone to shit ever since Harry Kane has left, and how much they have in terms of attacking prowess and their team.
Wait, can we?
Why are you not actually?
Wait.
Can I just say? Come on. Sorry, Jay. That thing on Haaland.
No, but I'm gonna let Preach talk first. Go on.
What you said about Pep and Haaland is totally wrong. Everyone knew what you're getting from Haaland. Like I didn't. You're saying certain things that don't. Everyone knew there was not one. Everyone knew what he was getting from Haaland. Why he was buying.
He was good in the Bundesliga. Preach. That's not a guarantee.
But listen to what I'm saying. I said we knew what we was getting. Everyone knew what they was getting when they went for Haaland.
Yeah, the type of player.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
You saying like, he saw this and all of that. That don't.
No, but you know what? Yeah, to go back to. I think what Olu said kind of hits the nail on the head, because you see how he was talking about how when we have a striker, we play worse. When we have like an out-and-out striker, yeah? I think that's what limits the pool of strikers Arteta actually wants so much, because you see all the attributes that Havertz and Mourinho bring and that a traditional striker might not. They, like, even if the striker's not scoring goals, he's helping our play. He's helping what we do. So that's why I think that's why it limits, because when you describe it as a traditional number 9, a traditional number 9 doesn't do all that extra stuff that still helps the team even when he's not scoring. So
it does though.
But isn't the new director of football, whatever position it is, like he's gunning for Gyökeres?
But
this is what I'm saying though. Gyökeres, he does offer, like, he's not just staying in between the fucking 18-yard box and. Like, do you know what I mean? He has other skills to his game that can bring other people in also.
I'm gonna leave, but today was, if you go watch the highlights of the game, go watch some of the chances that were played.
This is what I want
to. We all watch the game, Stefan.
No. If you watch the amount of space they give to Mourinho through the middle, if you have a serious striker, if you have a serious striker like Gyökeres, do you really think? Or just whoever? Watkins, whatever. If you have a bona fide striker, do you really think they're not going to compensate for his presence in the middle? That's why we look one-dimensional when it comes to through the wings, because our strengths are through the wings.
No one's arguing against you. We're all kind of in agreement. We need forwards.
Yeah.
I don't actually get the point we're arguing.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't think anyone's disputing this. My point of discussion is you had Havertz. And we were saying earlier in the season, Arsenal have an issue in open play chance creation. This was a narrative that we were discussing earlier in the season when Havertz was fit and was playing as the 9. When
Odegaard was injured.
No, right. Okay, so my point is that if you're telling me that when you have 9 out of 11 players or 10 out of 11 players, you can't execute to a high level 5-6 seasons into the manager, then that's a criticism. That's a criticism.
Just quickly. So what are you saying, that Havertz, we shouldn't have signed Havertz? Is that what you mean?
No. I'm saying that the chance missing, like, it's almost like it's a byproduct of the forward you have, because of the attributes you need to play that role. Being a top finisher on top of everything else is difficult sometimes to have. So Arsenal can get it from Jesus, the skill set, but he lacks the finishing. They can get it from Havertz, but he lacks the. So my point is that this almost is a fault. You're constantly missing chances. You underperform your XG in some of these big games, and that doesn't matter whether it's Havertz, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Mourinho. So I'm like, okay, you bring a good man in, but it changes the whole way you play. But that's
let's have it proper though. If Arsenal have a 20 goal a season striker, it's a problem. Let's have it. I don't even know.
Okay, but Yoms, you know what my thing is though, because you're right, yeah. But you know what it is? It's the need to, like, throw in the digs at the players we have, like they don't do well for us. Do you know what I mean? We need that also. Do you get what I mean?
No,
We need that as well as these men.
CP, I'm only saying that to go against Stefan's point about unluckiness and this and that. I'm like, it's a trend.
You don't think we're unlucky though?
I think you over the course of the game, you were at least 50-50 in that game. In terms of match play, I think, I think that game could go either way. But
go either way. We had 20 shots, man. What do you want about?
I mean, Stefan,
and it went the other way. That literally proves his point.
Hold on.
Stefan,
quickly, from what I saw, the first 15 to 20 minutes,
Arsenal should have scored.
You had throw-ins. The throw-ins led to chances. No. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it was Partey that was throwing. Like, you know what Bournemouth did to them? I thought what Bournemouth did to them, I was like, you know what? That could be a good tactic. We could use that against PSG because they struggle against aerial threats. They did that. It was almost successful. And I felt that 3 of their biggest chances in that first 15 minutes was because of those set pieces. Then I think the momentum changed when they had their first chance. Their first chance was Kvaratskhelia out wide. He stings it out wide, hits the post. Boom! Do you know what I'm saying? That was a brilliant shot. Yeah. So that's what he created. And then straight after that, in my opinion, Desiree Doué has a 1v1 chance as well that he could finish, but he hits it straight at the keeper.
No, that's the Declan made the tackle, no?
That was Barcola.
That's Barcola. Barcola, that's the third chance. The same time to face. Yeah, that was the third chance. Barcola gets a chance now.
Well, I didn't. Please tell me what you said again.
You said that they all look the same to you.
See, I almost missed the racism. You know, I love it.
I just went back to that moment from Rush Hour where he gets kicked in the face. He's like, "Which one are you kicking?" Face don't know who it is.
Sorry, go on, Ash. Go on. Sorry, my apology. Sorry.
No, but he's right. He's right. So then the other chance was when I thought Barcola. He had that 1v1 as well. But I think that pass that was made to him forced him a little bit wider. Back onto his other foot. And then Rice was able to do a run back. And then that chance obviously was saved by my man, by Raya, innit? And then after that, it was the free kick. The free kick happened, which Rice got the yellow card for. The free kick popped off. It went for a corner, and then after the corner, I think Partey should have headed it out wide, dealt with that better, in my opinion. So these are the little details that we haven't spoke about.
I think that's Martinelli though as well, man.
And Martinelli
guys, it deflected. The ball was going a completely different direction, and it deflected perfectly into the other corner. Like, come on!
I wouldn't say it was going a completely different direction.
It was. Go watch the highlights.
It was a lucky deflection, but
lucky. You get me.
It was a lucky deflection.
You're lucky they're responding, yeah, because when Dembele scored that accidental goal against us, it weren't the same energy, bruv. So you're lucky it's Yoms and Ash.
They fucked you in Paris. You should have lost.
There we go. Get this show going.
There he is.
Please, just go.
Saka's goal was the same as Dembele's.
Yeah,
lucky as hell.
Out of all the goals we scored, the least deserved. The goal that we scored was the least deserved of all the actions.
All the goals. He scored one goal.
One goal. Chances.
Yo, Stefan, I've got a good optician if you want to go.
Guess what? We are leaving with something.
Oh my God! I forgot PSG missed the penalty too.
Exactly. And don't you think there's a difference in the chances that PSG created? Like you can tell that they just. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Arsenal had better chances.
No, they did not. They had more XG. Don't get more XG mixed up with better chances.
Mitch, argue with facts and simple stats.
The fact is, I think everybody else in here would agree that PSG had better chances. Arsenal had higher XG.
How did PSG have better chances? Can you explain to me?
Three of their chances were practically one-on-ones. What are we talking about here?
Apart from
and the penalty. Apart from the 3 1-on-1s and the penalty, what good chances did they have? Is that what we're saying?
What 3 1-on-1s? What do you want about? Which one-on-one? Which one? Apart from Barcola,
are you still watching the Bournemouth
actual
game?
chance.
Did you watch the Bournemouth game today, or did you watch the PSG game today?
Okay.
Barcola 1-on-1. Yeah. Who else was there?
Dewey.
But Alex Song is crazy.
I was doing one-on-one. I was doing one-on-one when there were two defenders in front of him. I was one-on-one.
I was looking around the panel. I was like, oh, he means me. I genuinely was like, oh,
Alex Song.
That is crazy.
Nephew.
You know what I also like about PSG? Because I think two of their goals were goals from outside the box as well. Fabian Ruiz and Hakimi. All of that was planned. The same thing when Dembele scored the initial goal against at the Emirates as well. You can't just tell me this like by accident.
Hakimi scoring a goal from the middle of the box was planned.
No, hold on. Tune just made a brilliant point. Because when Kvara gets the ball 20 yards out to the left of your box, it's a problem. Martinelli can have the ball in the same place. Ain't no one gives a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you got
Kvara's a top player. Kvara's a great player.
I'm friends Stefansson Bill. I went back and looked at the first three chances in the game. I'm sorry. Declan Rice should have scored that header because that was literally in the middle of the goal.
Yeah.
Martinelli
was literally in the 6-yard box.
No, brilliant save. Again, brilliant save.
It's a bit of luck, though, because it hits his knee.
Hold on. What are we doing here? You know what? There's better man that needs to go. Bear man needs to go Specsavers. How are you saying he should have scored that header? It's not like as if you're talking like he
should have scored the header.
It was an unchallenged header. Like, he
won the header. It was from 5 yards out. He should have scored that.
Do you know what? It was a decent chance.
How the fuck was it a decent chance? It was from 5 yards out.
You're talking like as if he was unchallenged, bro. Like,
he was.
He won the header, Yums.
Yeah, he won a challenged header. Do you know why you challenge for a header even if you know you can't win it? It's because you reduce the percentage of the chance of the person.
No.
Yums, like it's not like as if it wasn't a free header.
Wait. I guarantee, Yums, if fucking Hoyland had missed that header, you and Ian would have had a field day in the WhatsApp chat.
You know why you're wrong here, because that's like saying, imagine. So if a 1-on-1's an amazing chance, you go, yeah, but the keeper's there though, so it's not an amazing chance. Like his job is there to stop it from going in. Like, you get it.
This is denial, man. You guys are really.
No, so are we all saying that Rice's chance wasn't a good chance? Is this what we're saying?
It's a good chance.
What's the problem then?
It's a good chance.
You guys are hooked on that first 15-20 minutes. We're telling you about the next. Like you guys are hooked onto this 20 minutes.
Yes,
because when he named the chances, you cut him off. Like,
Mr. Fantastic, brother. He jumped, he reached out for the header. It was just a little.
Wait, hold
on. Was that not Arsenal's best chance though? Apart from the Saka one, was that not Arsenal's next best chance?
No. The next best chance was the absolute ridiculous save from Donnarumma. That any other day was a goal.
No, but which are we talking about? The Odegaard shot?
Yeah, that was
that's a great save. That's not a better chance than the Rice header.
No, I'm not saying it was a great chance.
Yeah, but that was my question. My question was Rice's header your second best chance?
Yeah, it was.
I would say the best.
So did PSG have 2 or 3 chances better than the Rice header?
Yes.
That was my original point. What are we doing here?
No, because
so PSG had better chances. You had more XG.
I say
better goals.
Saka's chance.
Saka's chance is your best chance. Rice's header is your second best chance.
I haven't need a lawyer, bro. If I'm getting caught, I'm hollering at Mitch, bro.
No,
You came home at 10, but the night we're on at 11.
I'm losing. I can't stand this book.
Chill.
Like,
Chill.
Like you can't argue facts. Like you're denying facts. With PSG had 1.7 XG, and that's with a penalty. That's with a penalty. So their combined open play chances.
No one goal.
No one believes in
fact, you know
XG.
XG, you know XG is fully, you know XG, and you know also XG is subjective, right?
Yeah,
XG,
XG. I hate it. It's one of the. It's the worst stat that we have in the modern game. XG. I hate it.
terrible stat. Because
Of course, it's a terrible
It's
stat.
not subjective though. Statistically proven.
What is half a chance?
So,
What is half a chance to one player is a full chance.
No, Yoms. They take a massive statistical sample from the exact places where they are shooting, and they combine that as a percentage of.
Okay, but what they don't take into consideration is the player. So if a chance falls to Mourinho up front for Arsenal, it would give it as the same XG as that chance falling to Isaac up front for Newcastle. It's not the same chance.
Hakimi's goal is a chance for Hakimi. Hakimi's goal is not a chance for Dalot.
I was going to say this.
That's actual fact.
It might be, you know. Dalot can hit it, you know.
To Yum's point, right? And I'll go back to the chances. To Yum's point. So if you go back XG, Messi shooting the ball from outside the box, you'd say from an XG standpoint, you want to take that shot. No coach in world football will ever say, let Messi get to his left foot from 25 yards, because there's a big chance he's going to bend into the top corner. That's why XG becomes a Fugazi stat. Like, it comes from baseball.
When we stop talking about Fugazi stats, you guys sound like fucking 75-year-olds.
Some of us are quite close to that.
Everybody uses stats. Everybody analyzes underlying stats. Every single team, the best run teams, Liverpool hire mathematicians.
Can I just be so? Okay, as a man, I work with
His header wasn't on target.
It wasn't. No,
The header wasn't on target, was it?
no.
So it's class as an expected goal.
We spent 20 minutes on that header, and it wasn't
I
even.
know, right? So, listen, Stefan, I work. I have to look at stats at work. This is why I don't like stats, because I think most people who talk about stats don't actually understand stats in terms of like exactly how it's built, right? XG comes from baseball, and that's from a sport where actually you can basically replicate it over and over again.
No, Olu. Everybody copied baseball, including football.
Does context.
Is that not what Olu literally just said?
Nobody does context better than Arsenal.
That's literally what I just said. I said it came from baseball, where you can replicate the same actions over and over again. However, football is so dynamic that even though you try to use something like XG and you try to use it to make sense, there's so many variables that you cannot. That's why I find it Fugazi. Like everyone has said it. If you put, I don't know, I was going to say Maguire, but actually he's been balling out. But if you put Maguire up front,
hey, Lamine Maguire, bro.
Okay. Let's the final thing before I go, because this I cannot listen to.
He's an Arsenal fan.
The three best run teams, in a way, apart from Arsenal, who use Stats DNA, who have their own stats company, like who are the three best run teams in terms of player value, player development, everything? Brighton, that their whole model is based on bet. They use the betting algorithm with probability, and he has applied it to football in order to find and scout players that are suited for.
Where's Brighton in the league?
And Brentford also, and then the third team, which Preach is being quiet about for some reason, is Liverpool, who revolutionized by hiring mathematical physicists to create algorithms so then they can search.
Wait, what has this got to do with XG, by the way? We're not saying all stats are rubbish. We're saying we don't like XG when it's the main focus of your argument.
Stefan,
and also, that's what we're saying.
Stefan, they employ a guy called Darwin Núñez, whose XG does not apply to.
Everybody makes mistakes. Matt, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, no, Stefan, nobody's saying that all stats are rubbish, right? But when that physicist, from NASA, when that physicist from NASA is sat down in a room with Salah's just hearing words, bro. When he gets on the pitch, that chance for Salah, you put 10 other wing forwards, or however you want to put his position in that position, and that's not chances for them. It's chances for him, and that's why we're saying that even stats can be subjective.
But you would,
for
but
me,
wait,
hold on. Let me finish.
yeah,
There's a
go.
reason why clubs look at stats. They look at like the amount of distance covered, the player's running ability, how long he runs before he starts to get tired, all of those kind of things. There's a lot of stats. For me personally, if you're
You're
going
really
to
simplifying it,
if
Yums.
you're
You're
going
really,
no, hold on, if you're going to assess an entire game by XG and say because our XG was higher than PSG's, that means we've got more and better chances, then you're not taking into consideration how subjective stats can be. Stats are not always objective.
Yums,
That's that's the point that people are making.
Okay, Yums. I would agree with you about this. First of all, stats are not subjective. They're recorded. There's a clear way of recording stats. There is a method. There is a formula to recording stats. So stats are
Stefan,
not
stats are
not
subjective.
subjective.
Why do
Can
stats
we
change,
calculate?
Stefan?
They're not subjective.
Why do stats
Like,
change?
Sorry, go on.
Why do stats change?
Why are we doing this Stephen Hawking history of stats?
Stats change because they're subjective.
It's not even about this.
How can you
statistics are subjective. Your sample size.
No.
Is subjective.
How you interpret stats. Stats
Is
is
subjective.
factual.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I'm saying.
No, sorry. I'm just gonna make. Your sample size alone. You could ask 100 people something and get an answer, right?
Okay.
And say 90% of people think this, and then ask a different 100 people.
No, but you're going too far, man.
No, I'm just saying
Yeah,
stats
but-
in
but-
itself.
but-
Stats.
You yourself said you yourself said you yourself said a physicist and NASA. They don't deal in with arcs for 90 people. Like, do you get what I mean? I hear what you're saying that they can be miscued and you can use them to back up a bullshit argument, and stats don't mean your point's always right, but stats are not subjective. Stats means what I say. Like I say that Drake is the best rapper. That's subjective.
So let me
get what I mean.
Let me ask you something.
Saying a stat is subjective is the only thing I'm disagreeing with. You know, I'm not saying that I agree with Steph. The only thing I'm disagreeing with is that stats are subjective. That's the only thing.
Stats are.
They're not subjective.
We'll agree to disagree then.
Let me ask you something.
Sorry, before you ask another question, yo, I just want to say, you see Newcastle, Liverpool, Newcastle won that game because they controlled the ball without the ball. Like, there's other ways to win the game. Just because you've got
no preach.
If you read,
go on. Sorry.
There are ways you can win the game by being defensive.
Of course,
you can
preach.
counter-attack.
Okay.
And he finishes point.
Sorry, go on.
Counter-attacking football would mean that your opponents are getting a lot of. They're attacking you quite a lot. You get the ball and then you do it in that little time. It doesn't mean that they were playing better than you. Your tactics allowed them to think that they could attack you, and then they've got a player out in defense, and then
okay.
Can I just say something? So can I just say something really quickly?
Yeah,
I beg of you. Yeah. All right. Yes, statistics can be subjective, especially in how data is collected, analyzed, and interpreted. While statistics aim to provide objective insights, the process involved in statistical analysis. Hold on. The process involved in statistical analysis often involve human judgment and discretion.
Yums, but nobody
subjectivity. That's subjective.
But Yums, that's why. But because of this,
add something to it. And also, there's something. And listen, I'm gonna moment transparency. I work with Google. We have to look at stats all the time, right? This is why I could talk in stats because
why is everyone a statistician?
I'm just saying.
I know, but they're subjective. So why are we using them?
There's something called confirmation bias, which means that you're going to look at stats looking for something that you want to see, right? Like XG. Most people, when you lose a game, the first thing you look at is for your XG because it gives you a confirmation that you want to see. You're not looking at other things such as, for example, like how much do your team?
I'm not allowed to just look at the XG.
Yeah.
No, but Arsenal. But wait. Here's where no.
Let him finish.
All his point.
So my point is this.
Then you said.
No worries. Listen, all that matters. The biggest stat that matters is the score.
You're right.
All right, so hold on. Just while you say that one,
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him
is that subjective? Is that score subjective?
It is subjective for me because in my mind, it never happened.
See, that's just ignorance. That's just ignorance.
It never
But you get what I'm
happened.
saying? We're using it to disprove that stats are subjective. We're using a stat. Do you get what I mean?
You know what's wild? I didn't even class the scoreline as like.
It's a statistics. How many goals did you score?
Wait, guys.
Outcome more than a stat to me.
No, go on, Stefan. Go on, Stefan.
But also, Preach brought up Liverpool against Newcastle, and he said Newcastle. No, because he used that as a way to say that stats sometimes, of course, stats are formulas are not always completely perfect.
Lost in side arguments, like.
Okay, but wait. Here's my.
He's got an opportunity to slander Liverpool. He's not.
No, I'm not slandering Liverpool. Liverpool are an example of, for example, they signed Salah on the basis of stats. They signed arguably their greatest ever player. Based on the fact that Klopp, based on the fact that Klopp wanted another player, if I'm not mistaken.
But Steph, all stats are subjective though, so that don't matter.
No, but they are. But you can generate a stats model in order to remove as much as possible. That's the whole point of stats. Stats is to remove subjectivity and the risk of human error judgment.
Sorry, Stefan, but you're just wrong. I'm sorry, but you're just wrong. Stats are one form of information. They're not the only form of information. They are not a source of truth.
Yes, but
there's something called qualitative information and there's something called quantitative information.
Okay,
if you're looking at quantitative
Man are
information,
just throwing words around.
if you're looking at quantitative information, Arsenal had more chances. But what we're talking about, and going back to the original conversation that Mitch mentioned, is if you're looking at the qualitative information, PSG had better chances.
I'm just like saying
Yums, you cannot look at quantitative information, deduct the results from that quantitative, and then deny the reality of that result in which Arsenal had better chances than PSG.
At this point, people are just trying to sound smart.
Yeah, man. Listen,
man,
just pissing in the wind. Big measuring contest there.
I'm going to bed, guys. I need to go sleep. Thank you guys for
Well done, you showed up, fam. You showed up.
Big up.
Thank you guys.
Always next year, Stefan. There's always next year.
Shut the fuck up. I cannot wait for you guys to fuck up tomorrow. I cannot wait for you guys to fuck up tomorrow. I cannot wait. If you fuck up, Jay, you better leave the UK. You better go and hide.
Oh, that's crazy. Messi, go back home.
Yeah.
Go back home. Let's say if Spurs lose, you lose your citizenship. That's crazy.
That's how he plays his little violin.
Let's say if you lose, I'm phoning immigration.
That's listen,
Good night, guys.
5 years.
Bless you, Stefan.
Listen, just remember this, Stefan. Oh, he's gone. I was going to tell him not to drive in Drake, but he's gone.
Would you guys? So I'm just reading this line, this comment in 20. This is 2023, by the way. This is what it said. Arsenal are too easy to defend against. Fullbacks can 1v1 with Saka and Martinelli, knowing neither White or Tomiyasu in that case will overlap. Also, Saliba and Gabriel have no influence in possession. This is compounded by Rice not being able to break lines. They miss Xhaka.
You just started off with, because you said you can go 1v1 versus our wingers, and everybody sees Saka get double, tripled, and I don't know what the number for 6 is, so that kind of threw a big spanner in everything you just read from the start.
Yeah, DM.
Yeah, I'll say. Actually, also try to get Saka and Martinelli into one-on-one situations. I think
It really happens.
Yeah, because Saka beats his man. I think Martinelli doesn't beat his man as much as possible. That's the problem. But also as well, I would say the best version of Arsenal was when Ben White used to overlap. Because remember, every say he goes off on the run, like he goes cross country all the time. So I would disagree to that statement that the person made. I think that was probably prior to when we went on a stupid unbeaten run.
November 2023.
Second half. It was 2023, which would have been it'd have been last season, but before that, before we went on the run, we were slapping teams. But then
you've gone back to that then. So then you went, you addressed that, but then you went back to that.
To the one before, yeah.
And it's mad because it's like our players hitting a wall and playing shit, automatically you together a nice sentence, and it's Arsenal as a whole entire establishment are so easy to defend. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
You pick a certain point, a moment, and write a whole thesis about it.
No, but you had the same thing against Bournemouth. So hold on. The same situation happened against Bournemouth. You've played us 3 times this year. We've beaten you. We employ the same tactics against you guys. You're easy to defend against because you don't run in behind. Like I've said it before.
Arsenal score a lot of goals, though, right?
No, so the goals. And this is what we're talking about, subjectivity and everything else. I'm not saying that Arsenal don't score goals, but if you got the capability and you know how to defend against Arsenal, you can do that. You can do that.
So then why do we get chances and not be clinical then? We would never get no chances then. We get chances, we don't finish them. Hence why we've been sending this whole stream saying we need a striker. Do you get what I mean? If that was true, we wouldn't get chances. Steph wouldn't be giving Johnny big bollocks about XG. Like, do you know what I mean? When you want to, because like it's just narrative. It just always comes back to narrative.
Also, what you said there, Toon, is if you've got the capability and you know how. Bro, if you've got the capability and
you can do anything.
You can do anything in life.
Do you know what I mean?
You can defend against any team.
Okay.
And I think
so we've beaten Arsenal 3 times this season.
Well, back to this one.
Right?
You've got the capability and you know how.
And we know how, right? So did Bournemouth. They've beaten Arsenal twice this season.
Teach us.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
That's 2.
So that's 2 out of how many teams you play?
You're only 3 points ahead of us, by the way. Like you've drawn more.
When this become against us versus you? Now defend your point of us being easy to defend against. So continue with the teams that know exactly how to beat us and have the capability. So that's one. Newcastle.
So
what's the second team?
So you're trying to I think you're taking it. You're kind of taking it as me saying the whole of Arsenal is rubbish.
I'm referring to your point of saying we're easy to defend against. Yom said we score goals. You mentioned you've beat us 3 times. Then you said Bournemouth has beat us twice. So continue with all the teams that prove your point of why we're so easy to defend against. There's only 2 so far, considering we play about 30 or 40 teams. So what's the other teams that know?
How many losses have you got this season then?
I don't know. Name the teams.
So it's not really even about the losses. So you've only scored like
because my thing to diffuse your thing was we make chances against all these teams, we just don't take them. So clearly, if the defense was so amazing, we wouldn't get chances. And you said that teams that have the know-how and the capability of beating us, and you've only named 2 teams.
Yeah. So your thing is that you are creating chances. All we need is a striker to finish them off. My thing is
that's not my thing. But go on.
Okay. What you literally just said? We create chances, right? The Arsenal create chances, right?
Yeah, and your thing is that because you're reverting back to a prior point. My thing was in reaction to you saying that we're easy to defend against, and I said we make chances, we don't take them. So within that argument, prove your point.
So you're saying my point is that
man's referring to me again. Your point, defend your point, not what I said.
So but you understand what my point is?
That we're easy to defend against, which I dispute, and I'm giving you evidence to dispute that.
Yeah,
and
so
your evidence is 2 teams.
My evidence is even today's game. Like you are easy to defend against. I know that
that's 3 teams out of however much we played. So
why does it matter how many teams necessarily? Like
because it's your point of what you said about how we're easy to defend against.
Yeah, so exactly. You're easy to defend against. That's why you're out of the Champions League. You're out of the FA Cup. You're out of the League Cup.
Hold on, Toon. What I'll say is, I think what Toon's kind of saying is that you have to have a certain level of player as well. Like it, and certain. I think it's not.
He said that before about know-how and capability. That's what Yoms drew upon, not every team has that.
That is like if you look at Amorim, you look at Howe, and you also look at like Man United and Newcastle. They have players that are capable of putting together a disciplined 90-minute type performance. Not every team is capable of doing that.
So hold on 1 minute, Jaden. So wouldn't that refute the point that we're easy to defend against if majority of teams can't do it? Do you get my point?
Yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Semi-finals.
Hey, listen, I like both of you. I'm gonna go back on mute. You know what I mean?
You can't get to the semi-finals of the Champions League and come 2nd or 3rd in the league and be easy to defend against.
It's just common sense.
You can.
No, but literally, me and Ollie talked about that. So we said
so.
No, so we said this is the point before.
Like when I'm at home going through struggle, I think, what a tune and all you talking about? What a tune and all you doing right now?
So
I could really use that. So
I don't give a fuck what you discuss in your own time.
Let you finish this whole point.
So before November 2023 which is what we were saying.
Now we got dates.
You went. That's when this post was sent.
Yeah, go on.
So before November 2023, you guys were easy to defend against. Arteta made some changes, which Olu can elaborate on. Then you went on this run where you guys started going finishing second. And you were,
I'm with you because before us more attacking. And then Arteta said that we're a little bit too open. I don't like it. I want to be a bit more solid.
And you've gone full circle. This is what me and Olu actually finished our conversation on. Why have you gone back to that? So we're not. So it kind of covers to get the other points that we were saying. Why have you gone back to what was not getting the goals before?
And we can talk about that, but can we admit that we're not easy to defend against instead of just moving the goalposts?
No, because PSG proved
whatever you say then. I don't know what to say.
The only thing I'll say though is this, right? It's not just the games we've lost, it's also the games we've drawn, right?
Yeah.
And drawing means that we're not getting enough goals because we've drawn a lot of games like 1-1, and that's a problem as well. So
13 games, right? 13 games.
We have chances in those games.
We have chances, but we don't have a lot of chances. Not like before.
Okay. I get what you're saying about chances, yeah, Jinx. But I don't feel that you're a team that creates loads of great chances. Like you create loads of sort of half chances the way you play, but I wouldn't say you miss like the chances you miss aren't like gilt edge chances.
This is that quantitative versus qualitative discussion.
Like that's why I was arguing Steph's point on XG, because XG can be higher if you create say 14 half chances that aren't that great. You're going to have a higher XG than the team that create 4 clear-cut chances. Because you've created a volume of semi-decent chances.
I hear all of this chances creation thing, but I want to bring it back to tonight because I want to know from Olu and FaZe, do you think Arsenal should have won the game on the chances that you lot have created against PSG? Do you think that you had the better of the chances and you lot should have won a tie? And if you had that kind of forward player, you would have won a tie. That's what
we shouldn't have. We shouldn't have, because to win a tie, you got to put the ball in the back of the net. We didn't do it. Simple as. I can't complain. Like, there's nothing else I can say.
Because that's what I felt like Stefan was saying. I felt like Stefan was saying we had to go through and we just didn't put it away. We were unlucky. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think Stefan was saying. I think Stefan was saying that the outcome showed how much a striker is needed, and that if that one finisher was there, then the outcome would have been different.
I don't know. That's like butterfly effect. Sorry, CP man, I'm taking it too far. But like the reality is this: the point of the game today was you've got 11 players on the pitch, and all the way. Listen, we cannot just go all the way until Wright gets to the point of putting the back of the net was perfect, and then we're just going to forget that crucial part of the game, which is putting the ball in the back of the net. We were not good enough today because despite the type of chances we had, whether it was a high XG, low XG, and so on and so forth, we didn't pull the ball in the back of the net, and that's why we're out of the Champions League. There's no two ways about it. So let's not overcomplicate it. We got what we deserved in the end, because part of the game is putting the ball in the back of the net.
You don't think if a striker was there, that chance that fell to Saka and it went over the bar, you know that chance that
I saw Yakubu miss a goal in the World Cup by side-footing it out in the middle of the goal. I'm sorry, striker or no striker, I've seen players miss chances. Just because someone's a striker doesn't mean. Kanu also did the same thing for Portsmouth, where he ballooned over when he was on the line. Or was it for West Brom? Like, these things happen. So again, there's no guarantees. You play the game, you win or you don't. We didn't win today.
Yeah, it's true. Do you not think that was a penalty, by the way, as well?
Yeah. Which one?
Letter and a little yes. I don't think it should be.
Yeah, that's only. That's just.
In Europe, it's different.
Yeah, Europe.
I thought MLS was trying to crank that Soldier Boy, man. You. CP laughed, man. Come on, that's
Does
funny.
anyone not?
CP's like dead.
Oh, man, that was
Is
funny.
even
Come
still
on.
here, or is that just a screenshot? That's a screenshot, bro. Yeah.
That was funny, man.
Does anyone
Come
not think it
on.
was a penalty? I don't think it was a penalty, and I thought it was going to
It was
ruin
a
the game.
penalty. Bro, I've seen PSG go out of Europe to Man United in the last minute through like a Jordan logo, a Jordan silhouette logo. Do you know what I mean? So it's like letter of the law in Europe. If your arm's out from your body, like it's
happened to us, bro. That's why I'm saying it.
Happened to us. Happened to us
as well. Yeah, it's happened to many of us in there.
Hit the arm, and Sissoko gave a penalty away, and then.
But like, hold on. Can I ask the panel? Yeah, because I do think obviously this is like a good moment to ask. Has the Arsenal project peaked?
And I was meant to ask that as well. Yes, I'm glad.
If it wasn't for Stefan, would have been talking about it.
God, you know what I mean? Stefan and Yoms discussing the theory of relativity.
Sorry. I heard man mention Nassau and I lost my shit. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You know what? It's a difficult question.
What we say?
It's a difficult question, and I think that yes, Arteta does need that player. I think everyone knows it. That player that just gets on the end of things. Because I thought today, Saka put the ball across the box, and I thought if they had a predator inside that 6-yard box, the game could have been slightly different. Now, how many predators are there in the game? That's up for debate, isn't it? Striker market is quite scarce, and you have to pay your nose through it. Arteta's come out and he's already said that this summer is going to be a big summer. I don't know what he means by that. So,
Zubimendi.
Yeah, if he buys another DM and another fullback,
Left back.
the project's over, isn't it? But if he is adventurous and he goes out and buys a forward, a centre forward, and even a left wing forward as well, a left wide player, to push Martinelli out the side to offer something slightly different, more of a goal threat, then I think Arsenal could definitely be one to look out for next season. Because I think the way the game's going right now, Man City, they've got to change a lot of things, in my opinion. It's not going to be as straightforward as people think. They're losing Rodri, who was their main kind of like assister for Haaland, so they're going to lose that. And
De Bruyne, you mean?
Yeah,
sorry, De Bruyne. My bad, De Bruyne.
I was about to say, Rav, I missed something. Where's Rodri?
No, De Bruyne. I'm moving mad. They've lost De Bruyne, and I'm just the whole like they have to change the way they play. I don't think that whole positional play. They're gonna have to do something a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? And people are clocking on to like Rodri's the main guy. If you take Rodri out, then you kind of stop Man City, innit? So,
but they're doing that though. Like in terms of even you can see that from the transfer.
They are doing it. They are doing it. But I think when Rodri comes back, I wonder if they're going to revert back to type or.
It's Pep though, man.
It is Pep. It is Pep.
Pep's not going to take that risk again and just be reliant on that one player. He's going to get someone else just in case.
He's going to change out. That's why he got Morgan Gibbs White, Florian Wirtz. Like they're looking to be more.
That's there. I think Wirtz wants to go Bayern Munich, and I don't think MG.
That's fine, but like in terms of like the profile of player that he's trying to get is he's trying to be more transitional. He's trying to also be a bit more direct.
He did say that, but I'm just not convinced. But let's go back to Arsenal because I'm kind of going skew with.
Can Arteta do the same thing? Because he is Pep's disciple. Can he be? Right. Is he the type of person to create chaos or organize chaos in order to win games? Because that's where he has to head to. For me, and I know that one player doesn't indicate a whole transfer window is, especially if Partey's staying and all of that. I don't see why they're going for Zubimendi. It makes no sense for them to go for Zubimendi. It's just more control. For what reason? I have no idea. And so that'll be my worry. And time will tell in terms of people have this kind of hope that Berta will control Arteta a little bit more and get the players that he wants. But Berta's been under Simeone for, 10 years? And Simeone runs Atletico. So for me, Berta's the type of guy.
You say he's a yes man.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. For you to be under someone for 10 years, you've got to be fine with it. and hence why Arsenal chose him in the first place. Right? They're not going to choose someone that's here to turn over tables and say, this is what I want. I want to create a new philosophy. I want to do this, that, and the other. And so my worry is that they're going to do more of the same. And it's going to drag them down. And today's, I know that we've had a big debate about it in the game, but today's game showed me a lot about, I know what Stefan was saying, but for me, there's a lot of square pegs and round holes in that team. If they want to be Premier League winners, Champions League winners, even just cup winners, there's a lot of square pegs and round holes, in my opinion. And getting Zubimendi, unless Partey is going or somebody else is going, it makes no sense to me.
They are losing someone in midfield, though, right? They are losing someone.
Hold on. The certainty that Toon speaks with since Newcastle won a trophy is outrageous. Has anyone else noticed that?
Nah, you know what? I don't actually think it's the trophy. I think it's just the growth. The slow growth we're doing brings that about, with or without the trophy.
When you're in relegation, you don't look at it.
No, it is. Hey, Toon's moving out. He's moving out of that block. He's moving out of that.
We're looking up and seeing the birds in the sky and stuff, rather than just watching our feet and look along.
This is Toon's season. He's a late runner into the box. Yeah, he starts shooting around these times.
I'm still in the projects, but I've got the widescreen TV, and it ain't like, it's not monthly payment. It's fully paid. It's fully paid. Yeah, it's fully paid. I'm still in the project.
He's fixed that fence.
I still.
I've got the
on the question of project, like, I don't know. I think we've been reactionary a little bit, right? A little bit. Okay. The reason why I said is that I still think that Arsenal are still a very hard team to beat. Not necessarily to win every game.
Not for Bournemouth.
We've played 55 games this season, won 30, drawn 15, lost 10, scored 110 goals and conceded 54.
Stats. Arsenal.
That's subjective, that Jinx. Subjective.
But if you go to every game,
where did you finish in the FA Cup?
Oh wow!
We didn't. We played one game and lost one game.
How far did you get in the League Cup?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah. So
so what? Only cup stats matter. Nothing else matters.
No. Because no. You can't just have your stats, Chinks, and say we've won all these games.
That's not a stat, though.
My point.
Where you got to in the cup's not a stat.
How far did it get you?
No, but see, the point's still this. The point's still though that.
Like, because you're saying it's reactionary, Olu. It's not reactionary. It's nearly a full. The season's nearly over.
I know. Listen, the point I'm still making.
And we've won more games.
The point I'm still making is that if you look at objectively, Arsenal's still a hard team to beat. Right? If Arsenal an easy team to beat, I would say with you, yeah, the project's starting to fail. Right? If we were doing what Man United are doing, where you go actually on any given sort of Saturday or Sunday, they could implode or they could win, or even with Spurs, right? You can say that. I'll say with Arsenal, there's still a foundation there that needs to be built upon. Now, how long that's left for, we can say, right? But you can't tell. No one can tell me that when Arsenal play, like, you don't feel like it's a 50-50 games against the big teams and a large percentage against the smaller teams. And if once that starts to flip, that's when I'll say the project is made.
I don't know. Like, I just think after 3 title pushes, there's 3 title pushes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think not really.
Two and a bit. This season's a bit. It's not really a full-on title push, is it?
But I mean, the intent was there, isn't it? And so, like,
intent's there every season.
I find myself defending Arsenal, man. It's
crazy, isn't it?
You don't want it to be over, Yoms.
Do you know what it is too? Do you know why though? Do you know how hard it is, right? Like, it's ridiculously difficult to even have 3 title pushes. To be the team that's pushing the winners the most for 3 years in a row, it's not easy. It doesn't mean that
you're. There's a team that's done that and won.
Oh yikes! Oh yikes!
So what's that mean then? Arteta must get sacked.
If there was the way he was saying it is like. More
like it means something. It means
it's not. No, I'm not saying.
But he's just saying it's difficult though, and it's even more difficult to do that and win stuff. And it clearly shows that the team that have won it have also done what we've done in it. So sometimes it show a bit of fucking faith in the guy that does that. Do you get what I mean? Instead of throwing him in the bin.
Honestly, yeah, and I don't know if it's an unfair question, but I don't care.
No, it is.
If there was no Liverpool, do Arsenal win the league this season, or do City overtake them?
Newcastle got as much chance at the moment, only 3 points behind them.
Oh,
Bro,
sorry.
Newcastle going to win the league. Crazy.
All the way to the wire.
If that's the question,
We just literally, even Mitch said, I don't really think it was a title charge. And then 2 jumps and he says, yeah, we're going to win the league. Like, this is what's going on there? What's going on there?
If you take Liverpool out, it's like right now.
Newcastle win the league, innit? Newcastle win the league, innit?
There's 3 or 4 teams in the
there's
title
3 or 4 teams that can win it. That's all that happens.
Yo, Ash, these questions, bro. I don't know.
Arsenal.
But it was a mad question. Ash knew exactly what he was doing. That was a mad question.
That's a petroleum.
You guys asked me, have Newcastle moved up the projects? The question is, have Arsenal come back to the project?
All right, so you're not. Oh, go on. You done?
That's the question.
I just fire for that, but I just want to see. Yeah, let's be genuine now. So let's do the imaginary thing, and we remove Liverpool. Yeah. And Arsenal are on, what is it, 67 points, Man City 64, Newcastle 63. How many of us think Newcastle are winning the league?
Chelsea are 63 as well.
All right, so Chelsea as well. Sorry, I didn't look that far. So hold your hand up if you think Newcastle are winning the league out of those 4 teams.
I'm joking.
From this position, so without Liverpool, from this position till the end of the season.
3 games, we got 4 points more than you.
And one of them is against us, by the way.
Man City are there.
No, I would say we finish second in that scenario and City win it.
Appreciate. Oh, whoa. Okay, cool. Whoa. Man found a way to diss us, but still not win it. But my point was Newcastle. Well done.
I like that scenario.
I appreciate you're on mute, man. What's going on?
No, I'm here still.
Yeah,
I'm just chatting.
No. Oh! I thought you were trying to say something. Oh, sorry.
Does anybody think this is a massive summer for Arteta? Because does he? It's one of them where he doubles down on what he's been doing over the last few years, or he has to flip it to try and do something different to move Arsenal forward. Because he's come out and said something that sounds a bit mad to me after the game. And he says, I'm upset. We were very close, and for long periods of both teams, we were the better team. I don't think there's a better team in the competition that I've seen this season.
Wow.
Like,
I don't know where Arsenal keeps on getting. What I want to know is where Arsenal keep on getting money from. Because, like, I don't know how.
We're getting left. Like, let's at least focus
No,
on.
because he said, because Mitch said, is it a big summer? He said, is it a big summer for Arteta? And I want to know how. Like, I don't know how Arsenal keep on having big summers.
We got that Colombian connect, man. That's why.
Do you get what I'm saying?
They're not run like Ineos. And their cost-cutting measures.
we got a Colombian.
No, but the great question is: are they going to shake things up? Or are they going to get more? Is Arteta? The question is Arteta going to double down? Is he going to continue with the style of play, or is he going to change it up? Because I think he needs to change it up.
He'll change it. He'll change it up. Yes, he has. Name. Can I just
Ash, just in terms of this conversation, just I want to understand. Ash, you know when Poch was in charge,
yeah.
What was the moment, that you thought? Because in 17-18, do you remember we lost to Juventus? And that's when Chiellini did the history of Tottenham speech.
Yeah.
But that Tottenham team was really good.
Yeah.
We beat Real Madrid in the groups. Like Juventus made the final and played Real Madrid. Like I genuinely think, I really feel like we could have won that Champions League. I know it sounds stupid, but we were. At what point? I'm saying at what point did you think we're not going to be able to do it? Because I feel like coming in the next season, that's the season where we did really well in the league until halfway. Then we had the meltdown.
Lost Dembele that halfway through, innit?
Yeah, we lost Dembele in the January, but we made the Champions League final. So in comparison to Arsenal, where do you see them? Yeah, on their roadmap. Do you think them going to maintain? Because at that point we were on our way down, but we didn't know it.
Yeah, right. Oh.
So that's why I'm asking here. Have Arsenal peaked and they're now slowly on their way down, but still a very good team?
Leave the game before the game leaves you stage. No.
This is mad. This is such a. Do you know what, you man? Do you know why you man? You man. You man have got a knife and fork. You man are not even tearing. You man are not even tearing into how much you enjoy bringing down Arsenal. You man are like cutting a little slice of savoring it.
No, because listen, no, it was. We got done. Yeah, everyone tells us we came third in a 2-horse race, which is true. Yeah, I'm saying it is true.
What's that? The Leicester year.
I don't even think that was a 2-horse race. That wasn't even a 2-horse race as well.
Hence, yeah.
We were racing. No, we were chasing Leicester. We were trying.
Remember when
Chelsea was just battling Arsenal.
No. Remember when Chelsea beat us?
Oh yeah.
That was close to the end of the season, wasn't it?
Remember Hazard and them, man. Like, remember Chelsea won, and then I think Leicester were watching it in their rooms or something. I remember Vardy jumping up and down. Yeah, they were going crazy because they knew that if we had won that game against Chelsea, we would have been closer to them, if that makes sense.
But I think, was that because it was Leicester, though, and everybody was expecting Leicester to fall off? If that was a better team, if that was, I don't know, say a Liverpool or a City, I don't think you would say that you was in a race. Do you get what I'm saying? I think you felt like you was in a race because everybody at the time expected Leicester to fall off. And thought when Leicester fall off, Spurs are going to be the one to do it.
It's literally because no one else was really involved. So
I think it was our time. It's like all the other teams had fallen off.
Your time, opportunity, because your time would suggest that you like a good season before.
My bad. Opportunity, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, this was the chance because Arsenal fans always told me. I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying Arsenal fans that I know always said to me, "But Pep." Do you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you could make. Why don't you go for the top? No, but how can you? Pep's here, isn't it? Pep's here. What can you do? So then Pep's fallen off now, and now it's Arsenal's time, and Liverpool have just like leapfrogged them. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they've taken the title. So then now next season, what's the expectation for Arteta?
It's our time again. It's our time again.
I don't know. Is it Netflix? That's the people saying Netflix FC and next season.
I call us.
Yeah, but that's whoever. Everyone says that to. To be honest, everyone says that to whoever's like next. Yeah. Remember Liverpool? We had that.
Yeah, but like,
it's not really. Everyone is next season. If you don't win something, guess what? It's next season in general.
So preach in your thoughts. Do you think are Arsenal on the precipice of greatness, or are they on the way down? They just don't know it yet.
No, I do think they've stalled, but I don't know. I wouldn't say there's a direction.
Because for me, I look at 15 draws as a problem. I don't think if you're going for a title, you can accept 15 draws because draws are misleading.
So, Archie, could you, with those injuries, could you accept? I don't know, prepared 19 losses.
Oh, look, bruv, we're in a month, bro. 19 losses.
What I'm saying is,
very well.
Results might not match the squad that you've got right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, so you're saying basically their draws aren't reflecting for where they should be. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100. Come on, let's just be. If we're being real now, last 2 seasons they held it down.
I would say the season before last, and even the season before that, they had more of a chance of winning the title, in my opinion. I think this season they've dropped off a little bit. I don't know if I'm.
And let's be honest, you've got to prioritize at some stage, right? When you're in certain competitions, you've got to prioritize. When you got to look and say, all right, cool, we're not going to catch Liverpool.
But also, we threw away so many.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're in the Champions League semi-final, we're in the Champions League quarter-final.
Yeah, but how many games in between that would you say they started to prioritize? Champions
I don't know. I don't think it's prioritized. I think we just threw away so many games we shouldn't have thrown away. Like the draws were just like the amount of times I think we've got the most amount of draws where we took the lead first. And so that just shows that actually we were just throwing away games where actually if we just played an extra 5-10% better, we probably could have won them. So that's why it's like we get what we deserve.
So wait, do you think then next season you come again then?
We have to.
playing in this style, so nothing changes. Like you're
I,
gonna.
I don't know, but we have to. I'm a fan, and I can only hope.
No, I hear it still. Yeah, as a fan, you have to have hope.
But do you think they'll play like I'm saying that 2
I am
seasons?
on mute. I was like, why are these guys ignoring me?
Yeah, you've been on mute for time, Jay. We've seen you talking. I thought you was on the phone, bro.
I know. I've been trying to talk for ages. I'm like, I can't believe you guys are ignoring me. What the fuck?
Guys,
I was gonna say, if you think about 2 seasons ago, the style of play was different from last season. So we haven't actually seen a stabled, I don't know, style of play from Arsenal.
Yeah.
So what is
But
go on?
I'm just saying though, what about the number of games though? Because this is one of the first seasons Arsenal went semis in the League Cup and they went semis in the Champions League.
Quarterfinal.
And in previous competitions,
No, it was semis League Cup, wasn't it?
Semis.
No, it's quarterfinal, isn't it?
No,
No,
semis.
it was us, them, Liverpool, Tottenham semi-final.
Your biggest moment. You forgot already. You too drunk.
We've beat you so many times. I can't remember what
I'll
the
play you to a quarterfinal.
That is shameless.
You're getting too big for your boots, you know.
That is shameless. Wait, you need to calm down. We've got them in 2 weeks, bro.
After this game, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And I'm happy they're doubling down on this. After this game, I'm not worried at all. And the fact these guys are doubling down on this, I'm not worried at all.
Yeah. You say you're going to beat Chelsea as well.
Man not worried. Man
Chelsea's
said,
different.
Man said trophy on your head top and finishing above. Nah, Jinx, you got to ask Arteta to get it together for the last few games, innit? Just to stop this fucking Lex Luthor wannabe.
Lex Luthor him off.
What he said.
Get it back in blood.
And I'm telling you, the XG is going to be higher. They're going to tell me, but XG. So, how did it finish 2-0?
The stats.
It's the XG. I don't see how you
Now,
guys.
Newcastle has still got to play Arsenal.
Yeah. 2 weeks. Not this week. Not this weekend. Next weekend.
They play Chelsea first.
Days.
It's going to be
Oh my days. Oh my days.
At the Emirates.
This show's going to be wild for that game.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I want it back in blood. 3 times?
You ain't getting nothing, bro. You lost twice to Bournemouth. You lost twice to Bournemouth.
Yeah, but not 3 times. But not 3 times. I want it back in blood.
You're going to get it 4 times. It's going to be 4 times.
Oh, shit. Are we talking about the main event now?
4 people.
You know the undercard. The undercard's done now. Are we talking about the main event yet?
Which one is that?
The United Spurs final, or are we not talking about that yet?
Oh no, we haven't. We haven't got
we ain't got there yet.
I'm sleep, bro. Like,
Imagine me thinking we're through when I support Spurs. Are you mad?
Yeah.
No,
I reckon.
bro.
I genuinely reckon you've got a bit of a problem tomorrow. You know.
What are you against? Against Bodo? What they
call bruv? They played on 4G against Tamworth, bruv. Playing against Bodo in the cold is a problem.
Nah, come on, man. You can't be serious.
All right, bro. All right. Not too much on it, bro.
I reckon United have more of a chance of being knocked out.
Nah.
No.
Old Trafford. I don't think either Williams brothers playing. You're all right. You'll be all right.
Bro, Old Trafford is the problem. That's the problem.
And also, can we quote Chiellini? It's the history of the Tottenham. We know these things. It's one of those things. Listen, you can't explain it. Everyone has said, listen, it'll be just like Tottenham to get to the final and lose to Man United. I'm like, no, it'll be just like Tottenham to lose tomorrow. That's
Olu's that guy at the club who's been asking for numbers all throughout for the whole night. Didn't get anything, so he's just like, he's just looking for a fight now. He's like, just swinging. Just let me. I'm believing something like that.
Oh wow!
If I'm not getting numbers, nobody's getting numbers.
I'm locking up the whole night.
Whole rave lock off.
Despite Spurs losing Madison, which I think is a big miss, and Bergvall, we still got a 2-goal advantage, and I still think Spurs can get the job done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And get to the final. And Man United, I'll see you there. That's what I got to say, man.
Hey.
And I asked Jay something. Sorry, you lot.
Yeah,
Because last time on the show, he said he had that feeling of
the feeling. Yeah.
The next game, don't that feel like we were just saying the Spursy moment? So how do you feel now that?
Nah, listen, bro. The thing is that like I told you, like there's so much stuff that's happened this season where it's like it feels like fate, and it's like it just feels like this is like, and it's so, even I look back to last season, and you think the what you call it, the City game, yeah, we beat City, we make Champions League. We make Champions League, we're not in an opportunity to win this trophy. Do you know what I mean? It works in weird ways. Do you know what I mean? The whole like step by step. So it's like you get to this point now, Lazio, having to go Lazio second leg, that would have been grim. You know, you play in Bodo. It's like Bodo's never been at this stage before. It just, obviously playing United in the final, yeah. They're the team where I'm like, yeah, United should. It's a worry, but United haven't beaten us since 2022.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to handpick a team to play in the final, you're going to handpick a team you've beaten 3 times already in that season, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? If you're going to say whose number do we have, you're going to pick the team whose number you have, isn't it? So
2022.
But the biggest issue for me is the way Spurs fans and United fans are joking and kecking with each other. We can't share the trophy if we both get there. Do you know what I mean? One of these teams is going to have a generationally bad season, as in like one of the worst seasons of all time. Yeah, for one of those teams. And the other team is going to have a springboard. Like, I honestly think for Spurs, it changes so much. If Spurs make Champions League, it changes the budget, it changes the manager, it changes everything. And if we don't, it might take us 3 years to get back to this spot.
So
where's the final?
Spurs need to meet.
Honestly,
Do you think Spurs need to win it more than United need to win it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
100%.
You lot
No,
will
I
still
wouldn't
get
agree.
No, you lot can still get.
100%. You guys are just giving up. Last season, where did you finish?
You could sell like a bag of players and be all right and get players in, and you'll be fine. And you can still attract top players.
You ain't got no players to sell.
Where did United
To sell players, you have to have players that people want to buy.
Bruno Fernandes. Sorry,
Sell Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah,
that's
Moreno.
kamikaze. That's a kamikaze action. They can't be selling Bruno Fernandes right now. That is
wild.
full on kamikaze.
Luke Shaw.
I'm taught. You've got one.
Bruno Fernandes. He could get a lot of
one
money.
plate in your kitchen, and you're
He's
saying,
30 years old.
Man's just eating straight off the table.
yeah.
Wire. You got their players you can sell.
You
Bruno
can't
Fernandes is
sell
30 years old.
Bruno Fernandes.
And you're gonna get some money for Garnacho.
Why not? We had to sell Kane. Sell Bruno.
No. You didn't sell.
Yeah, but
You didn't sell Kane.
we sold Kane from 8. No, but Ash, imagine if we finished 16th and sold Kane, we'd finish rock bottom of the Premier League. Like, what do you mean? You got to be careful where you're selling from. Like, United sell from 15, Bruno. They could get relegated, you know. Let's not cap.
Championship. If that happened, no way.
They're getting Cunha. That's
You're
gonna
joking.
change the season.
And the 10's gonna cut it. We'll be in a relegation dogfight.
Amarim will be shaking Carrick's hand, at the beginning of the opening game next season.
Your fans are agreeing with me. That's it. Look, Bruno, why not run it?
Yeah.
100 mil.
But honestly, like you said, United, I think it'll be really bad for you. Like, either team who doesn't win, it's really, really bad.
I think it's the two though, bro.
So
let's be honest.
And I know Spurs need it more,
honest.
but if United don't win it,
out of the two of them, Man United or Spurs, who would suffer more?
Tottenham.
Exactly.
we're both gonna
Why?
we're both gonna suffer horribly. United have stopped school lunches. Do you think they've got the money to cope with not being
Yeah, but so hold on. We're saying that it will be a bigger disappointment for Spurs to not win than Man United.
No, like who would be? I think the question is
who's
like,
got a bigger rebuild if they don't win it?
Yeah, I think Tottenham would.
Is it worse for?
No, I look at it because no.
They both need a rebuild if you win it or not.
You know, I hear it, but hear me out. They won a cup last season. They won a cup the season before last.
And you never win a cup, so it'll be regular for you.
Exactly. So
it would make no difference.
Wait. Hold on.
You alley-ooped him there. That was mad.
Do you get what I mean, though?
No.
Like, man, we've done something we've never ever done before. Like, I don't know what this is. I've never experienced this. I don't know what this is. What do I do? Like, what you mean?
From a player's perspective, what I'm saying is
you play for Spurs.
No. What's more attractive? Isn't it? Like
Man U, even if you win the World Cup tomorrow, Man U is more attractive than Spurs.
Right. So therefore, the Champions League, we need a little piece. We need a little bit of PR. We need something.
You really think you get a Champions League is going to push the boat out? You're going to get the what? What are you going to get?
We're going to get. I'll tell you what.
Okay. So we should just be miserable.
We'll get 35.
Both Olu and FaZe are outside of that club. They're just swinging it out at people, bro.
I'm just giving the same energy I was given.
It's both swinging it out from.
I'm giving the same energy I was given.
Everyone's getting packed.
Wait, so
we'll get 35 million for
to get shot, you're going to get shot.
And we'll get 80 million for the Champions League for getting into the competition, innit? So that combined is like 110. Well, you know what I'm saying, 115 million off the back just for qualifying, just for winning the cup. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, for every position we fall down a peg in order, we lose another 3 million. So the point I'm making is, I think Man United will be able to still grab players because players will still look like, they're Man United. That's why Cunha is having talks with them. Even though they haven't, won a cup yet, they haven't won the final yet, but they've been strongly.
They don't need to
already. They don't need to.
When it takes so long to explain stuff, it's usually poppycock. No matter what you win tomorrow, Man United is more attractive than you, and player will pick Man U over you any day of the. Am I wrong? Am I bugging?
No, you're right about that. What he said.
So Man U v Spurs.
Yeah,
it makes no difference.
No. He's not. You're right about what you're saying, FaZe. But what Ash is saying is that the rebuild for Spurs. If Spurs go out of nothing, with no Champions League, they're already 17th, 15th. Like they've got already the perception of Spurs is like there is no top six, and if there still is, they're definitely out of it. And there's no cups, and they're on the bottom of the league.
All right, chill out, man.
Is that the point, Ash? Was that right?
Ash and Jay, do you actually think that if you get Champions League, that your board is going to change their targets over the summer and do something completely different?
Levy completely does a U-turn.
You know what? Yeah, you know what?
You might win that Champions League and get rid of Levy too.
I've never been this close to losing something in your whole life.
I've heard enough. Listen, I want to be very clear about something, Newcastle bros. Listen, I appreciate that you guys did a little ting this season. Yeah, you're gonna finish top 4. You're gonna win a trophy, but we might win a European trophy. Better than your piddly little league.
Okay, how does this answer my question? By the way,
scenarios if you don't win the trophy.
I'm just revolting around the point that I wanted to say to you.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with your question and everything to do with the cockiness of Newcastle fans right now. Do you know what I mean?
Easy.
Do you know what? Yeah. You know what it is, right? The reason why. Basically, Jay's saying, "Look, man, this is my one look, guys. Like, this is my one shot at happiness." And you man are saying, "Look, even if you guys win it,
you're still who you are.
It's who we are, mate.
Eminem, we only got
This is
I was
crazy.
thinking the same thing, moving like B Rabbit.
Now, hold on. Why do you guys think that winning a European trophy wouldn't be transformative for Tottenham?
Because your owners aren't going to do anything different than what they've done for the last 10 years, bro.
Bro, listen. All right, listen. With all due respect,
transformative for Ange, I think.
Listen, with all due respect, in our lifetime, Arsenal haven't won a Europa League. Yeah, Newcastle haven't won a Europa League. I think Liverpool and United have. So, congratulations.
You think? Oh, that's
maybe.
You know what? You just highlighted something for me. So, the people who have the privilege of winning the Europa League in this panel, do you not feel it was transformative for your clubs?
Different heritage,
I
isn't
think
it?
it was quite big.
Could the other fans speak, please? Who the question was posed to?
I don't think. I don't think it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it was. But it depends on your direction you're traveling.
Context.
Turn around and say
No, and there's some aspects.
Sorry.
There's some aspects where winning it.
Why is the guy who's not won one? Yeah. Okay.
No, I was just going to say that there's.
So why is the guy who ain't won one predicting what it will do?
No, because I'm saying I remember, Yoms, just quickly, because I remember when Houllier won the UEFA Cup for Liverpool, it did help their perception. I remember it at the time. It meant a lot for the team. It did big them up. It did
kind of
help platform them. Yeah, I think you did, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it. Am I waffling here, Preach, or not?
I was just going to say there was a mini treble involved in there, so that might have helped.
I think you're right, Jay. I don't think it would not do anything for you. I think the main thing is, I think the perception will be there, but you have to have a follow up. Like Levy, you have to have a big summer. You have to have a.
But you're talking like we're talking like Spurs haven't been spending in summers though. Spurs have.
Yeah, that's what. Listen, if most people think that Ange is just not up to it. If you were to say you sell Kane, if let's just say what the history books say, not about what we've lived, what the history books say. If you say to Daniel Levy 2 years ago, you're going to sell Kane, you're going to finish 5th, and you're going to win the Europa League over the next 2 seasons, and you say that to the entire Spurs fan base, we all take it. Yeah? We all take it. Right? So, the juice might be worth the squeeze. We'll find out. But at the end of the day, if you offer it us 2 years ago, 5th place, and then win the Europa League, everyone takes it. All the Spurs fans take it.
So
I promise you.
What would they say if you said reality, like 15th? You said 5th. Everyone would. But I'm just saying, if you told them what was going to really happen now.
You know what's mad, yeah? You lot kick the shit out of Steph for doing what you lot are doing now every week. Just saying.
What's
making predictions of stuff that hasn't happened and acting like it means anything.
Bro,
you're mad stuttering still.
I'd ask you 2 years ago if we said to you, you're going to lose Kane. You're going to end up nearly 15th, 16th, 14th. Yeah. And you're not even in the final yet. Would you take that? Because this is
would I take where we are right now?
2 years ago. Knowing.
Yeah, I probably would. I would.
And you know why I actually agree with you. You know where it will be transformative? Because you see on this panel now, Mitch and Toon just sit there quietly because they know not load of smoke can be chucked their way because they've actually won something. That's the only thing it transforms from you. It doesn't guarantee anything on the pitch. People will just have a little bit more respect for you next season when we talk about you. That's all.
I think if Newcastle haven't won a cup,
we'd be playing Champions League football. So obviously, if we're losing Romet, for me, it's very difficult to build from a position of strength if you finish 15th, 16th in the league, and that's it. You've not got a manager. You finished 16th in the league. You've got a reduced budget. Like it's a lot for us not to win it. Do you know what I mean? As in, like we need to.
I'm telling you this as Liverpool, bruv. I would not accept that, bruv. 15th, 16th. I'm talking about Europe.
There's a world where the thing is, my only thing is, I can see why it would be and I agree with Chinks in that. Really, what it will transform is you not being a banter club. That's what it will transform, right? But there is a world where there is a world where having Europe can be detrimental in terms of having one game a week next season in the league. Really is where both teams are at. Really is like just. Do you get what I'm saying? Really, if you take off the shine of winning something, which is what football is all about. So I get what you're saying, Jay, in terms of I will take it because this is an opportunity to win a decent trophy, right?
17 years.
But if you're looking at really where the clubs need to be next year, like both clubs need to settle and just have one game a week. We're on the floor. Let's start a rebuild.
You can play one game a week. We're going to play Champions League football.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Jons is talking from that place of winning a couple trophies over the last few seasons.
And that's where the context is different.
Yeah.
And I know, like, as a person who doesn't win much, which I can willingly admit here, I'm telling you, if you lot, even if you win Europa this year, get Champions League football, and then have this transformative season, what you're talking about, sign all the greatest players and do well. I think it's disrespectful to your staff, your networking, and your business to just attribute it only to the fact you won a trophy. I think there's a lot of people who walk around as staff in Spurs who will feel disrespected if you only put all that progress on the single trophy.
Right, hear me out. Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
If Tottenham are battling,
absolutely. Sorry, Mandy.
Wait, hold on. If Tottenham are battling for a player, for example, we're battling against Newcastle, innit? For example, Embremo, right? We're battling for Embremo. Embremo's like, right, where should I go? Should I go to Newcastle or should I go to Tottenham? Do you know what I'm saying? All right.
He's going Tottenham. If we make Champions League, he's going
Tottenham. Are you sure?
What? Are you crazy?
First, so who has more money? Yeah? Who has more money?
Who's got more money?
Probably.
Spurs, no, not cash. You don't earn money. I'm telling you.
No, but if we were to win a Europa, we get 35 million. And if we get Champions League, we get 80 million. So technically, we will have.
Look at Toon's face. Toon's like, you man don't know what money is.
Yeah.
In the world. What do you like?
I'm about to squash you with my wallet.
Champions League. If we've got Champions League and the play now we bring it to the table. We've got Champions League. We can stay in London. You haven't got to go all the way to North. And we're going to offer you the wages. We're going to
now location's interested.
Yeah. Wait. Can I put to bed this myth about the Northeast? Yeah. Like everybody goes on like his slums up here. It's not, bro.
I'm not saying all right. Let me say.
I heard they were selling houses for £1. So
that's Burnley. That's not Newcastle.
Get Newcastle then. That's a bad example. Let's say Man United. Say Man United.
No, he's going to Man United. They're going to Man United.
Which was the whole premise of this whole debate, too.
Yeah.
Where you guys want a player, right? Let's say it's Turkey, innit? Right? You want to get Turkey. Spurs want Turkey, innit?
You want to get Turkey.
Whoever gets Champions League, in my opinion, gets him.
So you think the difference? You think the difference? You think Turkey's
you get all Turkey.
You think Turkey's decision is based on you guys being in Champions League and
you're childish.
Being in Champions League?
See what?
Yeah.
I told you these men are swinging us. They're not even hearing anything.
Listen. That's an example that I was talking about. Madison joined Spurs.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
European football.
Look at this!
But doesn't that go against your point there, Ash? Doesn't that go against your point?
And does Madison regret that now? Does he prefer to play with
the fact that end of the season?
You're disrespectful.
That's about whether or not the decision was right. Who gives a fuck?
Bremo's going to look at what Madison did and be like, yeah, I ain't making that mistake.
This guy says,
let me not make that mistake.
I just started laughing. He couldn't even name a player.
You know what's funny?
Bro, listen.
What's funny is we've had this happen.
Nah, listen. Spurs have got full, man. Spurs have got full, man. Don't worry about us. We just need Champions League.
We've had this conversation for the past 15 minutes, and I'm still like, what a blip, man. they got something for me tomorrow, so you can have it.
Wow. Going back there.
Spurs are not in the final.
I'm just telling you,
No,
man.
no, but if you guys lose though, the opposite way of that. If you guys lose,
Ash, set up a show tomorrow.
the psychological,
Set up a show
emotional.
tomorrow.
Imagine neither team gets to the final.
Do you know what? If you guys lose tomorrow, I reckon. If you guys lose tomorrow, I reckon we can get Cooley off you.
Do you know what?
You guys went silent, bro.
Do you know what? I'm hearing noises. That's potentially going to happen anyway.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Cooley's coming to the tune, bro.
Bro, if you want to take Kulu off us for 60 and we take that money and put it into Mbuemo, everyone's happy.
Yeah, calm. Do that. Safe. I'll do that. I'll sign that deal right now.
Your hand off. I said, calm. Yeah, do that. Safe. Yeah. Man said it in 3 different ways. It's calm. Yeah. Do that. Safe.
And this is what win the
Gracias.
You must be shit at poker, Mitch.
Hey, what? Hey, hold on. Why is Jordan throwing shots at me, man?
Bro, I was like, Jordan is just throwing shots. I ignored the comment. I ignored the comment about me waffling, but the Mbuemo without physical activity would have the same build as Olive.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Bro.
I'm calling racism on that one. Fuck it.
Yeah. You can't even see all of man's shoulders. How do you know what his build's like? What are you talking about?
He predicted his build.
I said they both got African sounding names. That was
I use AI to generate the rest
How
of
many of you know an honor to be like an ultra marathon?
No. This body, this body built for Nigerian wealth.
I was like, this body is built.
Yeah.
This is right now. I'm in my uncle stage right now. Okay.
You're calm. Do that.
Hey, Ollie, don't let Josh do that to you.
No.
I am an uncle now.
Oh, my stomach.
Of all the conversations on here, that's the one that's got Ollie on the rope. There's no one to say.
Looking like that panda jam, like maybe I shouldn't.
Jordan hasn't even got an avatar to react to or nothing. He's just
yeah.
Nah, bro.
I would have
I
cussed him out.
Mbuemo without physical activity. Like,
I would have cussed him out.
Wow.
I need to get back. Jordan, poor people. I need to
Amanda,
Yeah,
can we talk
yeah.
about
That's why Mitch was so quick to take it. Yeah, calm.
Yeah, calm. Do that. Safe.
Mbuemo with that physical activity, that's brilliant. Listen. You know when someone cusses you, yeah, and sometimes you just have to go, you know what? I want to laugh as well.
Oh man.
Are we allowed to talk about the whole Trent debacle?
Good.
Nah, man actually said, you remind me of a fat Mbuemo.
That's crazy. That's not what he said. I didn't interpret it like that, Jay.
Jay, come on, man. Behave. Come on.
He went. The thing is, Jay went away, came back.
He thought about it.
Went to get a drink, remembers Madison's out for a season, and was just like, no, I'm not having this.
Yeah, I thought you was cool, Jay, man. I didn't know you
I'm
would twist the knife type of guy, bro.
Yoms, after you laughed at him saying that with Champions League will look better. After you laughed at that, Jason. all you man can get it, bro. All you man can get.
Jay looking like Pookie from New Jack City.
Yeah. There we go.
You know what?
There you go. Yeah.
I've
Man's got Alex Song on Pookie.
got a face mask on. I've got a face mask on.
New Jack City, bro.
That was low.
That was low, bro.
They said, "Oh, you're fat." They said, "Oh, you look like a drug addict."
Jay just gave Oliver a face to Jordan to attack. He's not even seeing Jay no more. It's just Jordan.
Oh man.
Nigga said I look like Beetlejuice.
This Nigerian violence, bro.
You know why Jay's a cunt? Because he left the room, came back with snacks and said, "You're fat."
Oh my god!
You deserve that from Oli. You deserve what Oli said to you. You can't.
You deserve that, bro. The fact that you said it while she was eating a donut as well.
Sorry.
Sorry. What's going on there, man? I wanted to talk about Liverpool, man.
You don't want to talk about Bolo beating you and what that could cause.
No.
Right,
They don't beating us, bro. Actually, they could. To be
I think
fair.
you go.
No.
I think you go.
Someone mute his mic. Someone mute his mic. He's walked away again. Mute his mic.
He's got Uber Eats at the door this time. Watch out.
Yeah, no. I thought I would talk about Trent, innit?
Fuck Trent, man.
You think Trent's a pussy for that?
Yeah, he's a pussy, man. I saw Real Madrid. Is what I'm saying true about they want to offer 500 bags to take him now or something?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They're rude,
Want him
man.
for the World Club Cup, innit?
I don't want your pesky Euros. Fuck out of here, man. We got Sterling. Fuck off. Cheeky cunts. If they just Mbappe. Who else have they got for free? Fucking Trent. This is bullshit, man. These players are stupid, bro.
Rudiger.
Rudiger. This is the problem where we're just we're all consumers. We just consume the brand and just give away all our value for these fucking.
What, ain't allowed to move away, like go.
Hold on. Faisal said something about branding. Yeah, you just laughed at Tottenham saying that we're gonna Champions League would change us, and you're like, but look at Man United are always going to be more attractive because of their brand. Now you're getting angry for Trent to go.
When did I say Man U are more attractive because of their brand? No, I think it's the trophies, mate. Me personally,
which adds to their brand.
No, I deal with the stats. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I don't deal with all that other stuff.
I deal with objectivity. Very much.
Trent ain't done nothing wrong, though.
He ain't done nothing wrong, man.
He's done what he needed to do there. He's won the trophies there. Do you get what I'm saying? He's done his thing and now he's going for a different club. Not everyone can be like a one club player like the entire life. Right?
But boys, what are we saying about this emotional? Like, you seen how Liverpool are trying to brand themselves as we're the only fans that have emotions. You don't know what it's like being from Liverpool. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah, but they've always had that, though, innit? They've always had that West Scouse, not English thing, and all of that madness. It all just rolls into that.
It's the reason why fans are pissed, because Trent would turn around and said it means more to us after an emotion.
No, but preach though. Preach. Be fair, right? And this is the point I want to make, yeah? It doesn't matter how you leave Liverpool, the fans are gonna get you. If you're Coutinho, if you're Suarez, if you're Torres, if you're Sterling, if you're Manaman, if you're Owen, if you're Emre Can,
if you
doesn't matter how you leave Liverpool, you're gonna get called a rat.
If you choose to leave, yes. Xabi Alonso,
the mafia, bro.
Everyone hates Xabi Alonso.
If you choose to leave, yes. The mafia,
what I'm saying is, does anyone hate Xabi Alonso? He didn't want to leave, and
No,
we love him.
because your manager wanted to get Gareth Barry in instead.
Listen, we're not the type. It's like here's a metaphor that ain't been used. It sounds like you, man. They will still love your wife after she wants to divorce you and leave you.
Oh, well, that's nonsense.
They're not divorcing.
You get the analogy, though.
I get the analogy.
No, I
You
don't.
get the analogy.
No, I don't. Because with my wife, she stood at the altar in front of my family and friends and said, "Till death do us part, bro." I don't think Trent's done that. I don't think Trent's done that, right? I don't think Trent's
Well,
done
man
that.
took the literal marriage now.
Unless he signed
Man
a
took it to a literal marriage now.
He said he wanted to be our captain.
Yeah. So
He has
He
been
said
the
it
captain.
means more. He said he wanted to. He has
Means more.
there's no point.
But don't you think the club have also mistreated Trent? Because if they've not offered him an acceptable contract when his contract's running down, he's got his right to say no and leave for the value he feels he should be paid.
Yeah, I'm not saying he ain't got a right, but you just said
You are though. You are saying that.
Right, so hold on.
You are saying that.
Hold on.
I've never said
Do
that.
you guys want transfers? Yeah, I get it. You want new players at your club.
Yeah.
All right. So those players have got to come from somewhere, innit?
Yeah.
Like, so
You mean-
those players. So if I'm buying Shekri tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Shekri's got to come from a club, innit?
Yeah. But what did
So
Sheffield say
should he,
to that
so
club?
should he just stay at that club forever? Because
What did he
nobody
say?
should
What
move
did he
club.
say? What did he say to those fans? Because that's the content you're missing in that.
So
scenario.
you think that Trent,
So
so you think that
Arteta,
Trent owes you his
I've got-
entire career at Liverpool?
No, you just said your wife said like to death do us part. If someone says
Yeah. So what?
Don't
so
say
as
it.
a football
Don't say
fan,
it to him.
no, but be real, Young, you're a Man United fan.
Olu, have you seen that?
Don't do it.
Olu,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hold
Don't
on,
do it.
hold on.
Don't do it.
Olu,
My head will get hot. My
Olu,
head will get hot. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Olu,
Leave it.
Olu.
Leave it. Leave it. Just leave it alone. My head will get hot. Don't do it.
Oh, boss.
Don't do it.
No, Arteta.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh,
You're not actually having a separate conversation.
No.
Yeah, I'm baffed. I'm so
Arteta-
confused right now.
Arteta just made a quote, and this is from Fabrizio. Arteta said, "The best team lost, in my view, especially after 160 minutes." I'm saying that, and they, the PSG bench, are saying that because they just told me.
They're saying that because they just what?
They just told me. Even PSG told me that the better team won. Lost.
That guy's deluded.
It's a bit like Liverpool fans believing when Trent said, "Yeah, it means more," and it's gonna stay. It's like
The way he linked to us, sick,
What I'm
bro.
saying is, like, this is why we're pissed.
That was a mad segue. I love
That
that.
was RKO out of
You know what I
nowhere.
mean?
That was an RKO. We both went out.
You know, the thing is, you
Look.
haven't got you. The thing
the
is,
better analogy isn't the marriage analogy. It's
All right,
when your
all right.
friends are telling you
Right.
that girl is bad for you and
No,
you
what-
weren't listening.
you haven't got a homegrown player that's won trophies for your squad.
Oh god,
That's the
we
difference.
do now actually.
Mate,
Miley.
we've got Sean Longstaff, bro.
We've got Sean Longstaff, and we do
I said
that.
trophies.
I do
I
now.
said
Actually, I do
trophies.
know. But I do.
I said syllables, trophies.
And we're selling him. And we're selling him that, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, so you don't really care.
Hey.
You haven't got a love for you just care about money. You're becoming like.
Hold on. I hear Liverpool fans. The only reason why Liverpool fans are angry that he's leaving is because he didn't sign a contract, so they can sell him for money. That's the main reason why Liverpool.
No.
Even if he didn't sign the contract, Liverpool should have made a point of selling him at a point so they could have got money if they wanted money in.
You're talking like we want to sell him. Like if he had a contract, we want to sell
The guy
him.
rejected you 3 times, bruv.
Okay,
He
but
rejected the
also
contract 3 times. I think that's a sign that he doesn't want to sign.
So if he when 3 times it went since when?
Since March.
3 times.
Even before that.
So before that, when we had an opportunity to sell
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years you've been offering him contracts.
You
No?
guys have made 3
Exactly.
approaches.
So we've had
Yeah.
opportunities to sell him, yeah?
This is why I don't blame Trent, because it should have got to a point where Liverpool as a club made a decision of, do we let him go as a free because he's not accepting a contract, or do we sell him now to
but
get
that's-
some money in?
but
And
my
Liverpool
whole
didn't
point
make
is-
that choice, so I don't blame Trent for it. That's the
The
only.
money thing isn't the importance in here. That's what I'm
Pritchard's
trying
whole
to
point
tell
is
you.
that he should just want to stay forever.
You lot are talking about selling players like we
Yeah.
want to sell him. Like
Trent
what's the
had Liverpool saved in his phone as Pizza Hut, man. That's what, or free food. That's all it was, man. Yeah, there's free
But
food.
at the end of the day, like,
everyone loves free food.
club street
Everyone
players,
loves food,
club
innit?
street players like shit when clubs are ready. Do you get what I'm saying? Club street players like shit when clubs are ready to, right? If you're not performing, they'll sell you in a heartbeat, right? So
Yeah,
I don't understand if a player's like,
Mm.
I want to leave. Like,
Who remembers Flanagan? Who remembers Flanagan and then
like,
man?
part and parcel of football, bro. Like, football transfers are part and parcel of football. Like, you very rarely get a Steven Gerrard or a Scholes anymore. Like,
Wait,
players,
wait.
But don't you think players like Steven Gerrard potentially would have done a similar thing if they'd completed everything at Liverpool? Like Trent has completed it at Liverpool now. He wants something new to do.
Listen.
Gerrard tried to leave.
He also wants a Spanish wife as well. So
Excuse me, he stayed, didn't it? He stayed.
You left bullets in this. You left bullets.
Wake up, little nigga.
And then you got to remember, there's the majority of Liverpool players that have left here haven't had a good career as well.
Listen, I don't like the Gerrard thing.
Harvey Elliott's going to Wolves. Do you feel sad about that? Do you feel that he should stay? Do you feel that he should stay?
Oh, he's leaving.
I'm a little pissed, but he's not homegrown like.
Say that. Complete that. He's not
homegrown like Trent.
These guys, bro.
Yeah, no, he's not even one of the academy boys, is he?
Wasn't he? I thought it was academy.
No, I think they brought him in from somewhere else.
Fulham.
So basically, Preach, is the fact that he's homegrown that is the defining factor for you. Like, you think that homegrown players should stay?
Listen, I don't think homegrown players should stay. I'm saying the way Trent was talking, you keep saying like you keep generalizing it to other people. I'm talking about what Trent said. He's saying that it means more. He wants to be our captain.
What did you want him to say? It means more, but I want to go to Real Madrid anyway.
It's the truth, isn't it? What you really want to do.
Yeah, but that might have been his truth at the time.
You guys can't handle the truth.
His truth might have changed since he said that.
Which one is it? We can't handle the truth. Is that his truth?
Look how you're taking it now.
That's what I'm trying to say. None of you not even got it wrapped up.
They're burning his kit.
Football is full of lies, though, Preach, man.
Yeah, there's emotional fans everywhere. There's emotional
full of lies. At no point is Trent gonna say, "Do you know what? I want to go." He's not gonna say that. He's gonna say, "Yeah, it means more." Blah blah blah. Look how many times Arsene Wenger said he didn't see it.
How do you know that?
He definitely saw that.
No, but he saw it because the proof's in the pudding. He's leaving because he wants to leave. He's not leaving because Liverpool.
It's Real Madrid. You think he will go to what? Name another club that you think.
That's what I'm saying. He's leaving because he wants to go to Real Madrid, but he's not going to say that at the time, is he? Like,
that's why he had to say it's not because I'm going to better things.
I'm saying there's very few. You know why it's no possession.
What you're saying is, yeah. He knew he was going to leave, so I thought, let me just lie to everyone and make them feel, instead of just being quiet like he was the rest of the season.
I spoke to Steven Gerrard, and Gerrard said, lie.
He didn't want to talk about his contract, because this is the type of person he is. He didn't want to talk about his contract. So that means he has control over what he says. Even when we won the league against Spurs 5-1, he didn't even talk. Right. So him turning around now speaking, you're chatting rubbish, bro. Because he wants to stay
when the contract's over. You can talk.
But he had control. What I'm trying to say is he was wise enough, adult enough to tell people, I don't want to talk about my contract. So why lie and say I want to stay here?
But Preach, there's different stages, right? So he might not know if he might not know if the Real Madrid is going to materialize.
You're saying if buts. I'm telling you what really happened, bruv. This is the difference.
So that's why, and I'm saying the reason why that might have happened is because but we don't know, innit? What I'm saying to you is,
what I'm trying to tell you is, in a situation that we do know, like the contracts, he doesn't speak out.
Yes, so the contract.
So that's my example of what Trent will do when he's going to talk. So
him saying I want to stay, right? Or him saying I want to be the captain.
Give me an example behind
it. Weren't these comments from a couple of years ago as well?
Like ages ago, man.
So things change, innit? Real Madrid have come in for him this year and have said, we want you this year. And he's obviously thought, do you know what? I've completed it at Liverpool. We're probably going to win the league this year as well. It's a good time for me to go. There's no point in having a mind if you can't change it. Like, he's obviously down the line changed his mind and said, I want to go.
Yeah, but what's the Scarface rules? You only have a word in your balls and you don't break them for nobody. So did he break his word?
But he didn't give his word.
No, his word was literally, I want to be captain. Like, and it means more. It means more to be here, or so it means more to win here, or something along them lines. He didn't say I'm never leaving or I'm staying for my whole career or anything.
What is he alluding to?
Use your comprehension skills right now. Use your comprehension skills right now. He's at Liverpool, homegrown team. He says he wants to be the captain of Liverpool. Like, that tells you that he wants to further his career at Liverpool. He's not even the captain yet. He's vice captain.
Wait, but he did wear the captain's armband, right?
He did wear the captain's armband.
Yeah. So he's worn the captain's armband, and him going to Real Madrid doesn't negate the fact it might mean more to win for Liverpool. So he might go and win with Madrid, but it still means more to win it with Liverpool.
1 point at a time. He's worn the captain armband before he said all of that.
Okay, but he still did it, right?
He's done it.
Okay.
What I'm saying, he wants to be captain, and he's done it already. So your point's not. You're not.
Preach. Remember when I said no one cares about this Liverpool title? Yeah, I am running this agenda, and
I know, bruv, you don't know me, bruv. Man. I just shoot back. Bruv. In a little while, I'm gonna go back to talking about trophies, and you will be quiet. I'm giving you this chance to be.
Nah, I got my Emirates Cup. Don't worry about that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will stop.
I can't believe you guys are hanging on to these words like. I'm not
hanging on. I'm trying to say to you, haven't got someone like this caliber. You do not understand, bro. What top trophies have you won with a homegrown player?
Here we go.
So that's irrelevant to what we're talking about, though.
Here I go. I'm trying to tell you, you lot don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, you lot are trying to equal a player that you just brought from somewhere to a homegrown player who's watched.
I get what you preach. I get what you're saying, right? So, for example,
that's why I'm disappointed in you, bro.
Yeah, the equivalent would be like a Scholes leaving, right? After we've won a league or whatever, and Scholes saying, "Yeah, I want to stay." I get what you're saying. And I get why fans will be disappointed in him leaving, but at the end of the day,
that's enough, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid is Real Madrid. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you can you can understand Real Madrid going.
Wait, did you have this kind of energy for Beckham?
When Beckham went, I was like,
he got
the difference. The difference is Fergie, innit? Right, the difference is Fergie because the trust in Fergie was so much that when Beckham went, we knew we was just going to continue. Like, it's just going to, do you get what I'm saying? It's just going to continue. And we knew, like, Ronaldo's kind of going to, like, people are going to be coming through in it. So, for me, when
no, but that's a different point. Liverpool fans ain't scared of continuing. We've lost players loads of Suarez.
Yeah, so that's why I'm surprised that you're so hanging on to it because
you're not listening. You're not listening.
When Beckham went, I wasn't vexed.
What it's about.
I wasn't vexed.
What I'm saying is what you. Yeah, but what you think Liverpool are upset about is not what it's about. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not telling you what. No, I'm not saying what Liverpool. I was saying what I was thinking at the time. Yeah, what I was thinking at the time is, do you know what? Like, it's Real Madrid, innit? Like, and I get Beckham is one of these lifestyle guys. And the reason why I think Beckham's different, the reason I use Scholes and not Beckham, is because I think Fergie was getting to that point with Beckham where Fergie was thinking, I need to get rid of this guy. He's becoming bigger than the club. Do you get what I'm saying? Scholes is very different. If I'm trying to now put myself in the position, if Scholes was going, would I be more vexed than I was than when Beckham went? I probably would have, but I would still understand, like, Real Madrid. I think there's one club in the world, when they come knocking, I think any player struggles to say no.
Yeah, but understanding why they go and being upset that they're leaving is two different things, bruv. Yeah, I get why he's going, because it's Real Madrid. But I'm pissed that he's going because he's one of our own, and we win things with him.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Like, why would you want to be cool with being in a position where possibly you're not winning things? Because what's funny is now, do you get me? Like, when
you know, but think about it though. Yeah, you know why I get what Preach is saying, because there's players that have left us, and I look at them as pagans. But then the justification for it is that they went to win something when we couldn't give them it. So can you understand why a Liverpool fan would think, hold on, but we give you everything you want to win here anyway? You know what it's like? It's like, you know, like when you got a girl and you try your hardest and you do everything you can for her, and then she still just leaves you. And you're like,
but she might leave you for a man that can give you a better life. It might not be about the trophies. He might prefer living in Spain.
Which is a slap in my face.
Oh, he said, "Right, I gave her sexy fish. I took her."
You get what I mean, though?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So he's warranted in his feelings. And all of us who don't have that feeling don't understand it.
But the response from Liverpool fans is not necessarily, we understand why he's going. We're pissed.
Preach literally just said that though. Preach literally just said
that. I get that, and I get that now. But prior to that, and I think the response from Liverpool fans in general that I've heard on radio stations and stuff like that is that they don't understand why he's going.
Yeah, but I think that's unfair to argue that point in front of Preach when Preach has given substantial evidence that doesn't refute. Because we can just refer to any idiot in some random place we've ever heard say anything stupid to defute a man that's having a logical conversation with us right here.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not arguing with Preach anymore, because he's just said I understand why he's going, but I'm still vexed, and that's the position that I hold. The position that I hold is. Yeah. I get that you're vexed, but understand why he's going, innit? Like, it's Real Madrid.
He does understand.
So you agree with Preach, but we're all here arguing against him then?
I agree with Preach
that's your fault.
Now that he's said that's his position. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to make him feel bad. That's the whole thing. Listen, I've got nothing else.
Brother, it works with me.
But this is the thing, Olu. You see how you can admit that?
Hey, Jay, you're going to say something.
Who, me?
No, Jay. Jay was going to say something. He's in the Matrix.
I was going to say, sometimes, in terms of the analogy, I was like, sometimes you can love somebody but not be in love with them. And I
think Jay's date's just cancelled on him, I swear. Where did that come from?
He wasted his face mask.
The customary chick in the background ain't gonna be there.
When did I become the Liechtenstein of the chat? When did I become the whipping boy? What's going on here?
Jay, I know where that's from. That's from
I was going to say Stefan It all boils down to like
Jude. He loves Jude. He loves Jude more than Liverpool.
Yeah, it's like Barcelona. Their clubs, and Liverpool are just unlucky that one of the two clubs that could afford him and wanted him, they had a spot in that position as well. Because if Real Madrid say bought a right back a year ago, they wouldn't have a spot.
Yeah.
Carvajal, ACL, yada yada. It's like a series of unfortunate events. And like I would have just like with Kane going, because Spurs were in a somewhat similar position, they'll be like, well, you didn't win here, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, he's still our guy. And when it gets to a year left, if you don't know that he's signing the contract, you can't be annoyed if at the end of the contract he goes, because you have an opportunity with 1 year left to sell him. You can sell him.
That's where Real Madrid are scummy, though, because Real Madrid will come in 18 months before your contract is up and say, don't sign that contract.
Can I say something, though, yeah? Are you talking about the running of the contract or how fans react? Because fans ain't got no.
No, because I'm saying when I'm reacting, I'm taking into account the behavior of the club. So I should take into account how the club behaved in regards to Trent's contract when judging how to react to Trent.
But if the club let the contract run out, then everyone's happy with what the job in it. That's business wise. So
yeah, absolutely. So that's my point. So I understand the disappointment, and I understand that people manifest their disappointment in different ways. However, I'm saying that the club could have done this. Like they could have overpaid on an asset. Trent came off a bad season, and there was a big contract you could have offered him. Yeah, but you would have been overpaying versus the performance level he might have just shown.
Jay, just on that,
I think we should revoke his English citizenship personally. But go on.
Do you think Liverpool would have not won the league? Jay, do you think Liverpool would have not won the league?
Yeah, this is England.
Do you think Liverpool would have not won the league if had Trent been sold? Or do you think they could have
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they would have won the league. I think they probably.
Whoa, Trent is not a 15-point swing, surely.
Arsenal.
Facts, yeah. The gap, say one by kind of that. Good point.
He's
very
not a 15-point swing player. He's very good. He's not a 15-point swing player.
I mean,
points.
He is still quite a big like in terms of like assists, like in the ability to like control a game, like game state, all of these kind of things. I'm not saying he's 15, but let's say 8.
Yeah, that's a good question. How much points has he won for you this season? You say, Preach. Him alone, though, like he's made a key pass, assist, or goal or something.
That's difficult to say though, because he changes the whole way.
Of course not. It's not accurate. It's not it's what you say. It's a subjective stat. So
there was one a couple of weeks ago where he put the shirt on the corner flag. That's free.
But that's free.
That's 2. Actually, no. 2 win to a draw. That's 2. Draw to a win. That's only 2, isn't it?
Well done. So 2.
Like that. Okay, because I was to be honest here. This is my example, Arsenal's invincible season, I used to be like, Bergkamp never played, or he scored, or something like that. But the third pass, the fourth pass, the build-up play, he was majorly involved in that, and you can't really break that down. So that's how
Trent allows you to play a certain way, innit? It enables you to play with it.
And knowing, it's like you already know Beckham, innit? If you know like they're gonna put the ball on the penny, you're a lot more confident with your runs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if Trent is like that much of a big gap. Like if we lose him, like we wouldn't have had 8 points.
No. I think
Nunes. It's like Nunes.
Salah is a guarantee of those points.
If we do it in that manner,
so Salah's a 15-point swing kind of player.
Easily, if not more.
I think Alisson is as well.
Van Dijk.
I think Trent. I'll give Trent a high number of points just from the fact that the way he can progress the ball from back to front is so amazing, and like that starts a lot of Liverpool's attack. So even the crossfield balls, all the things that he does, right? That isn't just him getting across.
Progressive passing.
Like he is so good at those passes
in Europe.
Yeah. So I think
but don't you think he's leaving at a good time for Liverpool though? Because now that slots come in, they play through the midfield a lot more. Yeah. So Trent's not doing that pass as much as he was under previous managers.
And like the mad thing is, all of that stuff. There's still someone because like use us for example. Our defenders look quite well doing stuff and helping us, but if you don't put it in the net, it don't really mean shit. So how much of the point we're going to attribute to what Trent did to the guy who actually fucking did the final act, like, do you know what I mean?
I hear that. But the thing is that, it's just that at least it's still an outlet. It's still a release, right? And it allows you to move the ball very quickly. And that's what
we don't get.
Out of the three, though, Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk, I think he's the least important.
Yeah, he's the most disposable.
Yeah, that's the word. Not saying he's shit, though. Not saying he's shit at all.
And he probably knows
when he goes, we haven't got that type of player that send it anywhere from anywhere. That's what we're going to be missing. So hopefully this KDB room is.
You guys are linked to KDB,
and also Villa as well.
Is it going to be free?
Yeah,
contract done, innit?
I do think losing Trent's a bit like losing Kane, like in terms of like you're almost getting like 2 types of players within one. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of like Kane was like a playmaker and the finisher.
Yeah, like but I think he was your spearhead.
And you know what the mad thing is? And Kane, I think that you see that Kane, the 2 things you're saying of player he is, they're both air. Trent as a right back defensively, he ain't where the other stuff is way up here, but the other thing is a bit. He costs them at times. I ain't really seen. Go on, sorry.
But would you say? Sorry, not interrupt you. But wouldn't you say that with Trent, you you take the poison because
100%
the medicine is way better. So he'll cost you like 2 or 3 games a season with just stupid defending, but he's going to win you that same amount, or he's going to contribute or make you that much better. That's why, like, I don't want to like reduce the number of games of his importance to Liverpool. To just like 2, because I think he's actually a lot more important than we give him credit.
So the importance we're talking about is the progressive passing, right, and the crosses, the switches of play, etc. I think they can get that in the midfielder, and they are linked with a player from Bundesliga, from Stuttgart, who I highly rate. His name's Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. No, you're having a laugh. That's not real.
Who even knows?
His name is Stiller, but just not Ben Stiller.
No, the guy is named is Stiller though from Stuttgart. I think he's a good player. I think they're looking for a play from deep, a playmaker from deep. So that could kind of negate from what they're losing from Trent, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we definitely need to get that covered.
yeah, because obviously Gravenberch is a little bit different in that kind of, he breaks lines through his carries and dribbles and whatnot. But now they have that can do it.
Was it Supermende that they wanted last year as well?
Yeah, they wanted Zubi, but I think Arsenal's going to go for a minute.
Yeah. Is that a fact that we've got him?
Some people are saying this.
It's not a fact, but you lot are front runners, though.
Why would he go to us over Liverpool?
Maybe Liverpool are not in for him this year.
Yeah,
maybe they've seen what Gravenberch can do and decide that they're going to go for someone.
Maybe they don't like rejection.
That
could be.
Just saying.
And you remember he was, and then he was cool, but then after obviously the contract and that, he realized he was kind of fobbed off by their minutes. So now he's like, you know what? They never lived up to their side. I'm willing to go.
And remember, it happened with you lot with Lavia. You got rejected by him as well, innit?
Yeah,
Casado as well. I swear it's Casado as well.
Casado as well, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Liverpool weren't where they are now when they got rejected by them guys, were they?
Yeah.
Where did you win?
Champions League and that, innit?
Casado was the Casado thing.
Casado would have been 2 seasons
ago. 2 years ago, the Casado thing.
2 years ago.
What did you win?
Did we do the double?
FA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the quadruple, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that basically, even when you win stuff, you've been the backup dancers.
So it's money then, isn't it? Money kind of overweighs trophies then.
Yeah, it's a good point, you know. Everyone has
because Chelsea offered them more money. That's the only reason anyone goes down there.
Olivia thing was bad business though, because we went in for him. We was negotiating a price. It was cool then, and then we did the 110 for Casado thing or 15. And then and then we tried to go back to him like, yo, fam, and then I just think he was like, nah, bro, you should have just stopped me.
I think Chicks is right though. I think money does matter though, because I remember
money matters, but I'm just saying the way we dealt with him.
Yeah,
anyone, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, nah, bro.
Like when a chick sees you talking to a next chick, and then you try to go back to her, and she's not having it.
Yeah. Like,
Liverpool paid.
I don't see that analogy. There's no money involved though, so that analogy is not applicable there.
But Liverpool pay some of the highest wages in the league, like in terms of some of the highest incentives and everything else.
In comparison to Chelsea,
Chelsea got 100K limit. They got a cap.
He's got a good relationship as well with their sporting director. I don't even know whoever it is. There was a good relationship with one of them as well. Like the player, that's who brought him to. Where did he just come from?
Southampton. Was it Southampton?
Yeah, Southampton or Sunderland, one of the ST.
Southampton.
Yeah, but the guy at Chelsea brought Livia from City to that. So there was a relationship there as well.
Lads, quickly, because I want to end the show real soon. Newcastle wobbled, didn't it? Did anyone see that? Did anyone see the Newcastle?
No, wobbled where?
Wobbled what?
I swear Newcastle wobbled on the weekend. Didn't they draw?
We never win at Brighton. It's mad. It's crazy. It's one of them silly things.
No, Brighton are a good team.
Yeah, it was a good draw.
We've never beat Brighton. We've never won at Brighton in the Premier League.
So it wasn't a wobble then, no? So them.
I don't know.
Ash, that was shameless.
Hold on. Wait, man. Hold on.
That was shameless.
Listen,
you can't call a draw at Brighton.
Wait a minute. I'm just saying. Does anyone think that they dropped points against Chelsea? That's what I was trying to get to.
Or what, the Sunday at St. James Park?
Well, yeah, when you say drop points, though, yeah, so you think that they're guaranteed 3 against Chelsea?
I hope so.
So I think that's a like, you know, like when people say things, it's not always about what they say; it's about what they don't say. So I think indirectly, can you hear the respect that man has for you lot?
No, I don't trust him. I think he's trying to put. He's trying to set us up to fall.
Yeah, he's setting us up for next week, innit? He's like, get him to say something now, we can cook him next week. That's what he's doing right now.
Chelsea in a bit of form. He knows Chelsea in a bit of form.
Where is
it's like good out.
St. James's Park.
That was the right picture.
Yeah. We're not scared of no one at St. James's Park. It'll be a tough game, but I'll back us against anyone at St. James's Park.
As Tottenham know, as Arsenal know, as Man United know, just say.
Hey, you just went for everyone.
Wow. Hey, Toon, you've changed.
I know the worst. Listen,
No. Toon hasn't changed. It's just we're from a position where we can fire shots now. Before we had no vantage point. We couldn't even see the shot.
Wow. Now, do you know what I love though? I love it because you're new money and you're acting like you're new money.
See? So even in the success, you still get put down. So no, a trophy doesn't change it. Men are gonna start drawing how much trophies they've won and like your whole entire establishment as an institution and whatever angle there is for shamelessness, hair is always gonna be taken. It's always gonna be taken.
I welcomed the team to the table. I said, Toon, welcome to the table of success, bro. Because I remember when you had holes in your jeans. And
even when you win, man's gonna never forget where you came from, Tip. You know, like you're in Dubai now on a jet ski, and there's bare cocaine about. I said, remember you're in Tyne. Don't forget Tyne and where. Don't forget Tyne and where.
I remember when you were nasty.
Let me ask you guys, because I got a theory on Chelsea.
I was gonna say Chelsea's got a good result at.
Well, I was gonna ask Preach because maybe it's false hope, but Chelsea beat Everton and they beat Liverpool. Both teams were, I would say, on the beach, especially Liverpool. How much can we take from their results? But at the same time, also, I don't know if you heard about this guy who, like, he wasn't very good at his academics or whatnot in America. And they got the IQ testing. He did it one day and he got like a genius result. And then he took that with him and became like a successful guy. Years later, he found out he got a false result.
This is my wife and kids.
But he already become successful.
This is what I saw the episode of My Wife and Kids. This happening.
Yeah, something crazy like that. So I'm kind of worried about, even if the results don't necessarily show what level Chelsea are at the moment, I think there might be the hope that they've gained from those results.
Yeah, they got the momentum.
What do you guys think of that? Like, what do you guys think of? Like,
I don't know, like, because obviously what they're doing, what I saw against Liverpool, I saw them do the whole invert with Caicedo and the Lavia combination, and Lavia for me is the missing piece.
The metronome.
He's the one that allows Palmer to be free. Do you understand? And attack the way he was attacking against Liverpool. I know Liverpool were on the beach. I get it. I'm not trying to take it away.
Also as well, they've got a vendetta as well. Like they had to perform in front of Liverpool because of the rumours and all the banter. You get me? So them and they had to.
But they still got a Champions League that they're chasing. They're still chasing that top 5, innit? And they want to take someone's. They've got to take someone's chain in it for it. And I'm just thinking.
I think they get. I think under pressure, a team that really wants to beat them, I feel they will crumble. That's how I feel Chelsea. Like, so if Newcastle really want this, they could win. I think both like the want to win.
I don't know. I just saw the way K also his performance went up a level. Do you know what I'm saying? Neto obviously is always a threat. You just can't write some of these players off. As much as Newcastle, they're really good because of their physicality. They've got good midfield. So do Chelsea. Chelsea have a good midfield, and that's why I thought.
Physicality though, Chelsea can't chat to Newcastle.
Without Joe Linton, they can.
Joe Linton's gone.
That levels it out slightly. He's out for the season, I think.
To
be fair, no one's actually officially said it, so it might just be one of them ones that
he might be back for the Arsenal game.
Nowhere, but
I think you're the best physical team in the league, man.
Of course, isn't it? Of course, he'll be back for the Arsenal game. The bloody thug.
And this is what an Arsenal fan is saying. This
bloody bully, man, pissing me off all the time, Jorgensen, man. Get out of here, fake Brazilian. Got some Peru, dumbass. Did he start as a striker? I'm crashing in now. Nah, he started as a striker. Now he's been a bully to Arsenal players, man. Piss off, man. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Fucking Joe Linton.
Let it go, man.
Nah, man.
Dude, I think you've got
moving like Brock, every season. Brock Lesnar, he has to be against Arsenal. Fuck.
It's not just Arsenal though, Wally. He does that against everybody, bro.
Everybody gets it.
It's not personal.
Yeah, it's just business.
It's personal now. It's personal now.
All right. So what is everyone saying that Newcastle beat Chelsea? Then is it a foregone conclusion? Is that what?
I wouldn't use the term foregone conclusion, but I think we beat Chelsea. Yeah.
I think that's a foregone conclusion. Chelsea can't. Yeah, Chelsea can't defend. Chelsea just can't defend.
Is Fofana back?
No.
Yeah, no, man.
And Chelsea need 100 chances to score a goal. Like, I don't see Newcastle giving up that amount of chances. And literally, their goals have to be 6-yard box open goals for them to score. Like
they create a lot, though. They do create a lot, but you got a point where
I feel it'll be a draw.
I mean, like I don't see Chelsea putting up anything against Newcastle.
I feel it'll be a draw.
I hope Sancho does something so that we don't get 5 million and Sancho back at our door.
Is that part of the terms? They have to get champs, and you don't have to take him back.
No, basically, if they don't want to keep him, they can just give us 5 million and send him back in it.
They're gonna give you money.
Yeah. Do you know how that could be the end of his career? You know. Do you know how much your confidence has got to drop when a club pays to give you back?
Yeah, and then you've got to come knocking on the door of like, that's mad. That's
what he's gone through. His confidence will never drop, bruv. He's already been through
crazy.
Yeah, for real.
You on loan and to take them back is 5, and then how much to keep him?
To keep
25.
him 25.
What is wages or actual transfer fee?
Transfer fee.
I'll pay the money, man. Pay the money. Pay the fucking money and give him back.
They don't even like Garnacho, bruv. Oh yeah, sorry,
I think Garnacho's good though, man.
Yeah. It's because Yoms was saying it in it, so I'm like, you man, they don't even like Garnacho.
Garnacho's all right.
To push back on narrative though, in terms of the topic, and which I think Newcastle will get champs, but even if they don't, it's still an astounding season for them, and I think nothing can rain on their parade with this sideways angle you're trying to do it from. Me personally, in my opinion.
Because I didn't see the game between Liverpool and Chelsea. Were Chelsea going direct, or were they kind of hitting the balls directly to?
Yeah, why did you lose? I didn't see that.
Did Chelsea?
Chance of that. Go on, Breach. You watched the game, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know Palmer's side, innit? He was on point, innit? So
he was back.
Yeah.
Did he score a pen?
He scored a pen. He scored a pen, but like there was like a goal assisted. And he was just like, old school pass down the wing.
Pocket.
Yeah. Like with the ball, without the ball.
Good times.
Is
he a good times player?
Doing what Odegaard should have been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I thought like past most of that game, Liverpool made Chelsea look like they were just chasing shadows. Like on a technical level, passing the ball in small spaces, Liverpool were fantastic. But Chelsea were very efficient with the chances.
Oh yeah.
Also, you've got to take your foot off the gas a little bit psychologically when you've
they're humans, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When you've won it, you've had the guard of honor.
Yeah, Liverpool were slightly drunk. I get it. Yeah. The man were drinking.
They made quite a few changes as well. To be fair.
Yeah, they did. The whole midfield, isn't it? More or less.
It's hard for me to gauge where Chelsea are at, because even with all of that, that little bit of false hope, like that they've got from it. Or I don't know if it's false hope, to be honest. Like, because I saw the goals and I was looking at it and I was like, this looks a little bit more like the Chelsea of like earlier of the season. I thought.
I would not do nothing to shoot their confidence. You need to do something, and they'll be like, give them something to think about, worry about, and then maybe you'll see them coming.
But when Tonali's buzzing around Palmer, I think that comes real quick. They realise that it's a different game when the Palmer's not getting all the space he was getting. He tried to do the first turn and Tonali clapped him quickly. I think that's when they realised.
Is Gordon fit? Is Gordon?
Yeah. Gordon's been fit a while.
Yeah, I can't see any other outcome, to be honest. If Gordon's fit and what's his name's fit up top, Isak. And Isak, I can't see Isak not scoring. I can't see Newcastle not scoring more than one, and I can't see Chelsea scoring more than one. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to be like a 2-1, 3-1.
I'm a little bit worried about Isak performance-wise. Not what Mitch thinks, but like he's been scoring, but he hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same since the cup final. But I feel like these are the type of games where Isak comes to life.
That's true.
He comes to life in games like this. He's like, right, this is my stage now. Let me take control of this.
Gordon too. I think how am I just throw him in instead of Barnes? But I want maybe Barnes in the 8 rather than maybe Willock. I don't know.
Ooh, in the 8, yeah?
Yeah.
I actually heard that. I heard you talking about that on yours last night. I was like, that's different.
There is a chance that Willock gets better, but that's the one bit I'm worried about. If we had Joe Linton, I'll be like, okay, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Barnes defensively, can he do that job like defensively?
Yeah. Barnes is better defensively than Gordon.
In the 8 role,
in the 8. Compared to Willock, you mean?
Yeah.
I think
you going all out attack. Are you just thinking about with the ball, running in that kind of inside space, that pocket?
Because I don't think Enzo Fernandez can run that way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if we put Chelsea in the other end, yes, they got Lavia and they got Casado, but if we make them run the other way, they've got less thoughts of kind of hurting us the other way direction. But I don't think Howe will do that. I think he'll still call Willock and hope that Willock gets better.
Yeah, I think that's what he'll do. I was hoping he was going to go Miley 6 with Bruno and Tonali as the 8s, but he just doesn't trust Miley enough at the minute.
He doesn't trust Miley.
Yeah, Liverpool have won the title with less points than we had in the last 2 seasons. That was the last thing Mikel Arteta said. Well, guys, I'm going to end the show, man. I'm going to end the show
on that bombshell.
You can't.
Man's just dropped a line that could open up another 20-minute conversation. Said, right, show done.
Show done. He said what he said, didn't it? Arteta does he's the gift that keeps on giving. What can I say?
He's Spanish
earlier, but look, I don't know, man.
I'm surprised you didn't end it on a find out next time on Spurs Kings TV.
Dragon Ball Z.
But what was that? What was that? Just quickly, what was that thing that I saw of him saying fans were all together in this? Like, was that fake?
That was real. The tifo.
That was before the first leg of PSG. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was a guy that turned up to the stadium with his boots, bro.
Was it the yard man?
Yeah.
They hyped up too much. They ain't gonna do that next season. If they're in the Champions League semi-final next season, they're not gonna be doing any videos like that. I hope they don't.
I'll lose on the brink, bro. He's had it now.
Nah, it's good.
Boy, he's thinking back to that Mbuemo comment.
Hey, Jordan, you're complex.
Mbuemo after a bowl of rice.
All right, but once again, big up to the panel each and every time, man. Big up you guys. Do you guys anything to plug or any last words before we head out?
Yeah, I got a preview tomorrow for the Chelsea game as well. So do join me on for that, guys, if you can.
Yeah. Join me Sundays. Where the owls sleep. Sunday evenings. Join me there at 9 o'clock.
Cool, man. Owl watching. Okay, cool. Anyone else? Before we go?
I put group still.
Yeah, I got to big up Bodo Glimt. Big shout out. Catch me bigging up Bodo Glimt tomorrow, 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happens. Actually, we've lost them, but yeah, man.
I've got one thing to big up. Yeah, F. Joe Linton. That's it, man.
I'm gonna clip that when we beat you next couple of weeks.
Clip it, man.
And he scores the winner.
It's up and it's stuck right now with me and him.
Hey. Easy.
Actually,
that was a wild pause.
I didn't think that one through.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Listen, big up to the chat as always, man. Bless up. And love, man. Love for the love. Make sure
Big
you
up
hit the
everyone.
like.
Big up.
Yeah.
Big up,
Big
guys.
up everyone,
Right
man.
button on the way out, people, man. We out. We